What is up, everybody? Welcome back once again to Hot Toys Hotline Live, episode 91, almost to 100. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. As you can see, we have some returning great special guests here on the panel tonight. It was very last minute for Kaiju Daddy, but that's how we roll sometimes because of the time differences. He hit me up, and I'm like, dude, come on in. So, guys, Chris won't be joining us tonight. I want to say congratulations to him. His beautiful baby boy was born.
Nice.
They are so happy and overjoyed. He's healthy. He's happy. So congratulations to Chris.
Congratulations, Chris.
You know, being a new dad, I don't know how that will affect his schedule. So, but we're very happy for him, and I know he's just over the moon. He's been wanting to be a dad for a long time, so I'm very happy and proud of him. But guys, it's great to be here with you. We took off last week, which sucked, and it hurt so bad because you guys know I've been begging for that ARC Trooper 5s. That was my #1 most anticipated Trooper announcement from Hot Toys. So I finally got that. Very excited about that. I know a lot of people were messaging me about it. Sorry we had to take off last week, but I hope everybody's doing well, and it's great to have everybody back. I see everybody in the chat already really excited. So we're going to say what's up to everybody in the chat, but I want to say a big thank you to everybody on the panel. We got legendary Lane here. Lane, thank you so much for making it out. I know behind the scenes you got a lot of stuff going on, so I'm glad you're able to make it with us tonight. I hope you're doing well, my friend.
Well, hey, can I leave off with an announcement here just real quick?
Sure, dude. Why not? Why not? Do it now. Why not right now, dude? Go for it.
So I want to make an official announcement I was going to save this probably till we got to 100, but I figured this would make everybody excited. So this is officially I'm announcing for Hot Toys Hotline. I will have coming the brown suit Wolverine. That Hano Wolverine brown suit will be officially a giveaway for Hot Toys Hotline.
Wow!
This year.
Oh man.
Lane, guys, Lane, you always surprise me with this stuff, dude. He's got me blushing live. But
Wow.
Lane, that's
Lane
amazing,
never
dude.
disappoints. The guy is unbelievable.
He is.
So
Lane, dude.
This way I
that's
can't
amazing.
go back on it later, change my mind. This is not the one of the things.
Well, Lane, to be fair, you never have, dude. You always keep your word. You know, you're always so generous. And guys in the chat,
and this
everybody
is
hanging on the chat.
And
that's
just so you
amazing.
guys, nobody in chat, nobody knew this. Like, I kind of went back and forth, but I thought I would get this out of the way now. So obviously we don't know exactly when it's going to come, but at some point this year, whether for anniversary, for if we hit a milestone for subs, or maybe for the holidays, and so we're still talking a ways away for this or something.
Yeah,
but this is going to be special because obviously that is a very I went back and forth if I would like kind of keep it, but I think that would be such a cool giveaway and would fit I think it would fit for this because we do have the rugged, once it's scaled Berserker Barrager himself, Mr. Connor here, always leading.
Well, hey, and then we have Wolverine on the panel. He's not here yet, but he'll be here soon. Logan will be here. Mike Latoris will be here soon, so don't you worry.
So
but
I did.
Go ahead, Lane. Sorry, I was just going to say that's extremely generous of you, dude, and I can't stop smiling because that's very kind.
I know. So I did just want to make that a quick announcement because I will have to leave a little bit. I may have to leave kind of suddenly tonight. So I just wanted to get that out there. Anyway, I do apologize for interrupting as you were.
Hey, that's a great interruption, and I know everybody in the chat is super excited. So yeah, we'll figure something out for that. We'll figure out how to do it as Lane and I always do because Lane has given away a lot of stuff on this channel and many other channels. So that's amazing. That's a very I missed that drop on Sideshow, dude, and I was able to get it overseas, thankfully. But that's a very special piece, a sought after piece. So that's incredible.
Well, I will put it to this way. I added up how much money I have spent on the first half of this year for giveaway stuff for some various channels. I am a very, very stupid person. That's all I
or Lane, you're a very kind person. I think you just
no
enjoy...
one said that it's mutually exclusive for one another.
Right.
But
I think you just enjoy giving, and I think you like seeing people's response to winning stuff. So we appreciate that. I'm gonna speak for everybody in the chat. That's amazing. So
hey, you know how Howie will make me can be my reward. They don't follow through and do any figures from the Acolyte show. That would be the best.
It's funny because we just got a question on that. And I guess he either heard us or he was just prepared because I just said we have our own Logan on the panel. So here's Mike.
What's up?
What's
hey,
up,
guys.
dude? So,
Sorry,
funny enough, I I don't know if you heard, Mike, but Lane just announced he's giving away the brown suit Wolverine on the channel whenever that arrives to him. So
really,
dude, Mike, yeah. See, I was caught off guard. Lane didn't tell me beforehand, so.
Oh, that's very cool, Lane. That's very cool, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't need it because I got it. But for those who missed out, that's really awesome, Lane.
It's a huge opportunity. So yeah, Lane,
that's what I thought, because I really thought, I was like, man, they only actually did 1,500 of that one. Like, that's kind of insane when they do.
Puzzling, right?
I remember I remember the like Imbara Trooper just from earlier this year, and
was that hard to get or something?
Oh, yeah, 1,500.
Oh yeah, sorry, Kaiju. They're handing them out over there at Toy Sapiens,
I know.
like candy, and we're over here crying.
I remember going, Kaiju. You said there are some possibilities. I'm like, Kaiju. Are you
I didn't hear you, Lane.
Yeah, he's like, I think I distinctly remember him saying, I might grab 2 more, and I'm like, damn, dude.
Well,
I mean, I got mine. I was happy.
I'm grabbing a few of the Browns next week.
You should, dude. They're already selling for like boatloads of money here,
$300.
probably. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's awesome, Lane. But yeah, Mike's here with us. We got Kaiju Daddy in the house, guys. The link is in the description. I did remember this time. And then, of course, we got Brick. Brick actually put up some really cool content. He's been killing it on his channel. He's been schooling me on the YouTube Shorts. Brick is one of my favorite people as of late. We talk all the time, and Brick's just a great dude. So, Brick, thank you so much for coming back. And
absolutely, man.
And we got something going on your channel very soon that's really exciting related to Deadpool and Wolverine. So, guys, we did not only on Brick's Instagram, but on my Instagram and many other Instagram pages. Shout out to Gio, the movie canon, on his as well. We got a big stream coming up on Brick's channel. We're, of course, going to continue to share it in the coming weeks until Deadpool comes out. But it's going to be really fun. It's going to be a huge stream with a lot of big people on there. So it's going to be a great discussion and some awesome giveaways and stuff. So great to have you back, Brick, as always.
Thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
Absolutely. And yeah, Kaiju, once again, dude, thank you so much for making the time, because I know the scheduling is very separate for us.
For sure. I miss them all the time, but
I know you've been telling me to switch back to that Thursday. I'm like, dude, like, I switch to Tuesday. What am I going to do? But I appreciate you making it on with us and being willing to come on last minute. I very much appreciate that.
Always love to talk figures.
Absolutely. So, guys, we're going to say what's up to everybody in the chat. And then, once again, I got to give credit to Collecting Weekly. I'm stealing it from them. And I haven't told the guys in the chat, but Collecting Weekly, I like how they do their new this week. So, with it in my head, I was like, let me take a quick picture of this massive box of something that arrived on my doorstep. So, I'll pull that up after I say what's up to everybody. But I just wanted you guys to get a laugh, because for those of you guys that never received a Hot Toys vehicle or a 6-scale vehicle in general, it's going to put it in perspective of what it actually looks like and how massive the box is. And this is even in the biggest vehicle, because Jazz Inc., like, some of their stuff is way bigger. So I'll show it to you guys very shortly. But we got the collector in the house. Funny enough, Ryan actually streams with Kaiju Daddy, because Kaiju's been getting his streams going on. So it's great to have you here, my friend. I hope you're doing well. I'm sure you're watching just to see your buddy Kaiju Daddy on the stream, right? You're just here to support him. But no, of course, you're always here with us. So thank you so much for being here, and I hope you're doing well. We got the GOAT. Payton23 is in the house, one of our great moderators and a channel member of the channel, the Hotline Hotties. I'm never going to shake that, so might as well embrace it, right? So thank you so much for being here, Payton, as always. Good evening to you. I hope you're doing well. We got 12-inch Moose Stream, a channel member and a great friend. And Moose, you know, I know you with your one-piece Deadpool suit. You're really excited for the new Deadpool figure, because I know you're one of the biggest Deadpool fans I know, so I can't wait to hear your thoughts on this Deadpool figure that we're going to start the stream right off talking about. But I hope you're doing well, dude. It's always great to see you, and thank you so much for hanging out with us. We got the GOAT. We got the Jedi Night's Watch. Graham in the house. Graham says, hello, fellow nerds. Looking forward to a great show. Well, thank you so much for being here, dude. Graham also has some awesome content from the weekend that the Wolfpack spent together at the Statue Con over from Collector Zone. So definitely check that out. It's definitely fun videos to watch. It sounds weird, but I tell everybody this all the time, and I'm not BSing you. I oftentimes either watch live streams or sometimes random videos just while I'm driving. So I'm just listening to the audio, but for some reason that's enjoyable to me. So I did actually watch one of or I should say listen to one of Brick's videos, and then it was funny to go back and watch it after I listened to it. It's like, oh, that's what he was looking at. The segment.
Dude, I did the same thing.
Figures. Dude, I do it all the time. Same thing with that
video. I do it all the time too. And then I always pop in a chat or something, be like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" And then I'm like on an hour drive So if anyone's like saying hello back, I'm like, man, I feel like such a, I don't
This
know they
guy's
are,
such
but
a
whatever.
jerk.
Yeah.
This guy
But,
stinks.
I'm
Yeah.
so often listening while driving because you get home and then if you have kids or whatever, it's like the
Yeah.
car is your place of solitude, or the bathroom. I've noticed. You can just be like, honey, I'll this is gonna
See you in 20.
not feeling so well here. Yeah, it might be a little while.
Dude,
Just listen to YouTube.
that's me, dude. I literally am not even going to the bathroom. I'm just on the toilet, like scrolling on my phone for like an extra 15 minutes. And
I think
always get
that's
yelled at for
everybody.
it. I know,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Boba Fettuccini is now. What's up, my friend? Boba Fettuccini says, "What's up, 1-6 fam? How we doing? We're doing well. Thank you so much for being here, my friend. I hope you're doing well." First Boba Fettuccini Hot Toy Collection Tour coming soon. Well, that's awesome, dude. I didn't know that you were doing videos.
Nice.
I know that we've talked about having you on stream before, which, the invitation is always open. I know we got to figure out scheduling, of course, but that's awesome, dude. I can't wait to check it out and definitely share it with us. I'd love to share it and have people check out your collection tour. So I cannot wait. And I know that's going to remind a lot of people that I still haven't done I'm working on it, guys, okay? I'm moving stuff out of the collection, moving stuff into the collection. I was telling the guys before we started, I'm building some like custom risers that I'm working on right now because none of the ones I was actually looking at that you could buy were suiting my needs. So I've been building them. So hopefully that works out. I am no carpenter. That's kind of like my thing. Every time I do something that I'm not qualified to do, I'll say, well, I'm not an electrician, It's like a joke between my girlfriend's stepdad and I. So we got Gio, the movie can in the house, a great friend of the channel and a Hotline hottie. Gio says, hello, Hotline hottie. See, guys, I can't shake it. I gotta embrace it. And this is all Mike's fault, dude. It's all his fault. It's time. Yes, it is time. And once again, guys, sorry we had to take off last week, but it's so great to have you all here. I just noticed we have a donation from my boy, X-Man Supreme. Thank you so much, X-Man. I very much appreciate that, bro. A great moderator, a good friend, and one of the biggest Logan/Wolverine fans that I know. So I know he's really excited for this week. X-Man says, the campaign continues. If anyone has a line of a Hono Brown suit, holler at your boy. Well, I did not know you missed, dude. That's unfortunate. Lane, I guess we should just do the giveaway and then just, put one name on the wheel. Just put X-Man Supreme and just spin it, and then it just lands on his. But X-Man, I will ask around, and some people just say that. I promise you. You can ask my guys here. I will ask around. I'll see who has one. I'll see if I can help you out there. But I'm so sorry to hear you miss.
You do your research and
I'll
help
look
out
around. I'll see what I could do, and I'll hit you up because I know where to find you on Instagram. But I'm so sorry to hear you missed out. But thank you so much for the extremely generous. This is the first $10 donation I think I've gotten in a long time. So I'm very appreciative of that, my friend. Thank you so much for that. It's very kind of you. And I will definitely look around for you about that Wolverine. And we also have 3 months of membership from Steve Evil Sneaker. Thank you so much, Steve. I appreciate it, bro. Steve is another one of those dudes, man. I talk to him every single day. And him and I, we always joke around that we're like intertwined. So it's disgusting, as we say, that our opinions are basically the same about everything. So Steve, thank you so much, dude. That means a lot to me for the 3 months. Thank you so much, my friend. I hope you're doing well. I know we were just chatting not long ago, but thank you so much. You guys are too kind. Really, you guys are the best. Let me go back and read some of the comments that I missed. I just want to say what's up to everybody here, because you guys know I love to do that. And guys, I never remind you, but feel free to say where you're checking in from, because I just think that's fun to know, even if you've said it before. People forget. JB in the house. What's up, JB? It's great to see you, man. JB says, howdy all. Congrats to Chris. Yeah, Chris, if you're here, if you're tuning in, or if you're catching up, everybody's saying congrats to you, man, on the beautiful baby boy. So let's see. X-Man says, Hotline hotties assemble. We got to do it like a dub. That'll be the intro to the stream, where like in Endgame, where Cap's saying Avengers. We gotta do a dub over that.
Hotties.
Somehow it's like all of this is like the old X-Men anime intro from the 90s and stuff. We'd have that, and then it'll say
some sort of compilation, right? With all of that. Right?
Yeah, all of us is the hottie men.
Maybe I'll work on that. Maybe I'll have to work on that soon. Curtis Booth is in the house. What's up, Curtis? Curtis says, hey, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. We're doing great, Curtis. Thank you so much for being here, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Chunker's in the house. Chunker's dropping those emojis for Lane, calling him the GOAT. That's surely after the announcement of the giveaway. Yes, Lane is extremely kind for that, and I'm still blown away by that. He caught me off guard with that one. dropping the the very nice emojis as well. Guys, make use of those emojis, man. The more, and by the way, guys, if you'd like to become a channel member, a Hotline Hottie, hit that join button. The more joins we get, the more emojis I can add, some stupid emojis of myself and everybody else that frequents on the panel. So, yeah, if you guys want to become a channel member, of course you can by hitting that join button, or there's a link in the description as well. We got Dawson Davey in the house. What's up, Dawson? I hope you're doing well, man. Thank you so much for being here. Dawson says, what's up, Lane? Lane, is this somebody you know, or is this a new fan of yours after that giveaway announcement?
Yeah, well, probably a couple.
Lane, if you know him and you didn't remember, how rude.
Ooh,
No, I'm just joking.
nice.
One Adam 12 is here. Adam is a channel member and another great friend, and Adam just uploaded a video today. He's on fire with these reviews, man. He's just getting his channel going, and he just posted his review today of the Mantis, a really anticipated figure from me, so check that out. Adam says, the Hot Toys Hotline, always a good call. Hello, everyone. Time to take my mind off the world and talk figures. Well, hey, that's what I like to hear. That was actually part of my conversation I was having with Steve earlier. This is like an escape for all of us, right? So I'm so glad that you see it that way, and thank you so much for being here, Adam. You are too kind, my friend, as always, for always hitting me up, sharing your thoughts on my videos and stuff like that. It's always great to have you around. Moose says that is the coolest giveaway. I agree. That is the coolest giveaway. Dragon Warrior, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to address this question very shortly because I know it's a loaded question. But we do have a channel membership gift from Lane. Lane, you are too kind. We have a Hot Toys Hotline membership given by Lane. And who gets it? Let me see. It's always hard for me to find that. TX Boy. Lane, thank you so much for catching that. You are too kind, Lane. It's always fun to do this because it's like a little roulette thing, right? And usually it's either Yomo that wins or
Big Dog Pound.
Or Big Dog Pound. Or who's the other one that always wins? But
Jose
nice
wins every time over at Sneakers.
Right.
Which
TX
is
Boy, I've
hilarious.
seen you win, but hey, TX Boy, that's what you get for being an awesome supporter all this time. Thank you so much for being here, TX Boy. Congratulations, and thank you to Lane. Welcome, maybe welcome back. I don't know if you've won one before, but if not, welcome to the Hotline Hotties, my friend. And thank you again, Lane. Let's see. Who else we got here in the chat? Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to skip over anybody. We got Yomo. We're just talking about him, and he's here. Yomo the GOAT is here. What's up, Yomo? Thank you so much for being here, bro. Always great to see you. Thanks for hanging out with us on this fine Tuesday evening. Let's see. And there's TX Boy's comment. TX Boy, once again, congrats on that channel membership. And yeah, everything's going well for us, man. There's a lot of exciting stuff this week. Some fun speculation to do with the supposed leaked list of ACGHK stuff coming out. So we're going to talk about that. I rushly made a collage as I was talking to Lane and everybody before the stream started. So I have a little collage of photos that we're going to take a look at. But
there was many. I'm sorry, I'm doing that. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Lane. I'm listening to you. Sorry, Lane. I'm listening to you.
Yeah, I know. As he's
because I feel bad. I don't like to ignore anybody, but I gotta. I'm at the same time. I'm like on my phone making it. Christian Cooper, great to see you, bro. Always awesome to see you. Christian Cooper says, hope everyone is doing well. I recently had an interview for a new job. I hope I get it so I can buy more hot toys. Excuse me. Well, dude, best of luck to you. That's always an exciting thing especially when there's more money or advancement on the line. So we're all pulling for you, man. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to say congrats in advance because you got this, bro. I know you're a smart guy, and I know you're diligent because look how long you hunted down that crosshair, dude. So I hope you put that on your resume. You're like, look, I sat and looked for this crosshair for 5 months, and I finally got it for a good price. So that says that I'm a diligent person. So, but all jokes aside, dude. All jokes aside, dude, best of luck to you, and you got this. Primetime Reviews is in the house. What's up, Primetime Reviews, guys? If you haven't already, check out Primetime Reviews. Thank you so much for being here. I think Primetime Reviews, I think you're on Instagram as well. Instagram, YouTube, any other platform that Primetime is on, definitely check it out. Julio is here. Julio says 9:13 a.m. in Australia. Shout out to Australia. Shout out to Jeremy Casa over there in Australia as well, who owes me Vegemite. You know, I'm waiting for my Australian snacks, dude. I've been requesting the most random shit from him. I'm like, I want a boomerang. I want Vegemite, like fairy bread. Like,
do you want Vegemite as a souvenir or as something to
dude,
enjoy?
I'm going to eat it. Look, Jeremy has given me exact
because I can promise you,
He's given me exact instructions on how to eat it. I'm going to because look, I sent him stuff, and out of all the stuff I sent him, his favorite thing was Big League Chew. And
there's a big difference between.
And I'm cool with that, but I'm like, Funyuns and Big League Chew. That's what he liked the most. But I'm like, I like that stuff, so I'm happy about it. But
Do they still sell Big League Chew?
they do still.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
I sent him like 3 different flavors, and he was like, dude, I ate this all in like a day. And I'm like, that's crazy. So I'm going to send him more, actually, because he liked it so much.
I just saw it a couple days ago, and I was tempted to pick some up. I haven't.
Dude, it's still
had
so
Big League
good.
Chew in years.
It's still so good, dude.
This
It's
might
like,
be the same packs from the '90s sitting there.
right.
You can't get Vegemite in the States?
I haven't looked.
That's not a specialty, very special
Yeah.
shops, I guess.
I haven't looked, honestly, but I imagine if you can, it's probably expensive. And I don't want to ruin like the Australian experience, because that was like one of the things on his list. Right. That was one of the things on his list of stuff to send me. So I was like, I'll take it. But yeah, he tried a bunch of stuff. And like I said, the things he liked the most was Big League Chew and Funyuns.
Oh,
out of all
bro,
things.
by the way, all right, so I got Steve Irwin's family apparently has some hot sauces out there in
Really?
Australia. And I just recently got one called Shit the Bed, and it's fantastic.
That's
and
awesome.
the byline says it may cause anal leakage. It's true, but it's
Damn,
fantastic.
They got him, dude. They got
Yeah.
him.
True.
He's like, hey, they stand by what they say, right?
It's really good. So maybe he'll send you a bottle of that. It's really good
We'll
stuff.
see. I'll have him add that to the list of the most
Yeah.
random shit that I asked him for. I joked with him on the day. I'm like, dude, you know what? Just forget about it. We have Outback Steakhouse. I'm good. And then I was like, nah. No. He's like, Outback sucks. I'm like, I know.
Outback and Foster's. What more do you need?
right.
You know?
The collector number 1 is here. The collector number 1 says, what's up? Hope everyone's doing great. What's up, dude? It's always great to see you. We are doing well. I hope you're doing well. And yeah, it's a great day to talk about figures, man. Let's see. Movie Cannon says, I do that too. I suspend and revoke people's driver's license as well as. Are you in law enforcement? I did not. If that's true, I didn't know that. I did not know you're in law enforcement. If that's true. Christian, when is Deadpool going up for pre-order? Well, I know we're going to talk about like all the information about the HK related announcements, but nothing announced yet for the US. So I'm not quite sure on that, but we're going to talk about it. Yes, Moose. The batches of the red and chrome Iron Man Mark III and the first batch of the Hono brown suit Wolverine are shipping the first week of August, supposedly. I bought some overseas, and I got one on Sideshow for the Mark III, so those will be coming to me. And apparently mine will ship the first week of August, so we'll see. Fad Gadget is here. What's up, Fad Gadget? Your profile picture always creeps me out. I love it. I love creepy stuff. Fad Gadget says, greetings, one and all. From UK, Great Britain. Well, hey, congrats for making it in here, because I know the timing is always rough, and I feel bad whenever people tell me they're from different time zones, especially Kaiju. You know, he always makes me feel bad, dude. He's like, can you just move it to another day? And I'm like, dude, it sucks. And I always feel like I accidentally leave
You
people
move it
out
back
unintentionally.
the original day,
dude. Like someone's probably already taken that time, man. And I got everybody used to Tuesday. It's tough, man. It's tough.
Yeah. Are you 12 hours away? From
I'm
East Coast, 7:30?
13 hours. That's tough, man. It's tough. Dragon Warrior, I just noticed your profile picture, by the way. Incredible profile
that's cool.
picture. Is that the Fugitive Predator mask? I think that's the Fugitive Predator. Dragon Warrior says, I'm getting the Praetorian Guard to review on my channel. Can't not. I guess what you mean, can't not. Hey, you know, whatever you thought of Mandalorian Season 3, I think that's a really cool design. It's a nice, like, Generation 1 of the Praetorian Guard. I have one of the sequel trilogy ones, and I love it. I think it's really cool.
Well, now you can put those together where it's more like that. The Last Jedi is kind of a captain, and the other guys are kind of more the.
That's
traditional.
true. That's true. They could fit together.
I've been thinking of, because originally, you know, I got 2 of those to go with Gideon, but I was thinking, you know, the Praetorian are kind of probably like the level, like guys who'd be candidates to be the Red Guard for the Royal Red Guard, like they're the level below. So I was thinking about, you know, those guys would make maybe good sense to go with Darth Vader, you know, because like him and the Emperor don't need guards really, but like those guys would be Vader's.
That's like a facade, right?
That.
The Emperor just like, yeah, you know, go die.
Well, he walks with a cane, man. He don't need a stupid cane to walk. Like, he doesn't flip around and shoot force lightning.
Yeah, he doesn't need any of that. It's all facade. Yeah. But yeah, Pop Rain, what's up, my friend? Pop Rain says, "How are you guys? Good night." Yeah, it's evening for us, but I guess it's I don't remember what time zone you told us you're in, but I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for being here. X-Man says it's all about that Fun Dip. Dude, I can't eat Fun Dip anymore. It's too sweet. I did love Fun Dip as a kid, but it's just too sweet. No pun intended. Shout out to the Wolfpack. Too sweet. That's got to be your new like official channel snack.
I want to bring in
Graham.
some fun dip tomorrow
You
night.
got to, right?
Got to do it now.
Everybody, it's gonna be really cringe too. You guys all rip it at the same time.
Yep.
Too sweet, you know.
Too sweet.
Shout out to Graham. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I very much appreciate that. And Graham says towards a Vegemite sandwich. So I guess I have a fund for a Vegemite sandwich, and then you had, I think it was a computer fund, right? So I'm getting the Vegemite sandwich, and he's getting the computer. But thank you so much, Graham. That's very generous of you, my friend. I hope you get your computer. Did he get his computer? Maybe I missed the lore. He did get his computer. Okay,
yep.
So then we're just on to mine. Then I need to get my Vegemite sandwich.
Yeah,
so.
get your I've never
Jeremy,
had
if you're
Vegemite
watching, dude,
sandwich.
the ball's in your court, dude. He's giving you the $2. That's covering a portion of shipping, right? I'll forward that to you. Let's see. Adam said Big League Chew, the 80s and 90s goat, thinking about the jingle from those old dude. It's still good to this day. Like, I've tried like bubble tape, and bubble tape is just very bland to me now. Big League Chew is still good. It's the experience, right? It's got that special texture to it, and like Five Below says like the blue raspberry sour one, and that one's goated. And I sent some of that to Jeremy. He said that was his favorite one. So Vegemite is on Amazon. Moose, dude, don't tell Jeremy that. I want Australian pure Vegemite straight from the source, okay? I got to have the whole experience directly from Jeremy.
Made
Pop
with
Rocks
like Australian cockroaches or whatever it's made from.
Whatever it's, I don't know what it's made from. Okay, yeah, Sean. Sorry, dude. It was a long-winded intro. I apologize, Sean. It was very long-winded. We're gonna talk figures right now because Sean says so. We're gonna get started right now. But Sean, thank you so much for being here.
Since Sean is like forcing our hand, can I dip our toe into the waters of figures a little bit real quick?
Absolutely. Go for it.
And I had to turn on my dehumidifier again because it's like 100% humidity here in the Northeast, and my basement was just going up. So check us out because I can't reverse the camera on this like thing. But first of all, we got a face hugger.
Is that the NECA face?
Yeah,
hugger? Dude, that's dope.
That's
I'm
cool.
guessing you're all ready for Romulus at this point. You're like, okay, Wolverine,
Dude.
Deadpool, get here and just get past. Let's get to some alien facehugger action.
I have tickets to 4 showings of Romulus right now. One at Lincoln Center.
I haven't even got one set of
excited.
tickets yet. Come on, dude.
I'm so ready for that. That is the movie that I am locked in for.
Dude,
After seeing
Deadpool
that
and Romulus like right
Yeah.
next to each other, basically. Like, come on now.
When does Romulus come out?
August 16th, but 15th really.
That's really soon. Okay.
15th is. So I'll be at Lincoln Square on the 16th with the Perfect Organism podcast. Like they're doing like a meetup there and stuff like that. So if anybody's in New York City, New York area, whatever, Lincoln Square, Manhattan will be there on the 16th. Anyway, but I also have these right here. So it's weird how much they kind of look similar in size on camera, don't they?
Dude, so
They do.
Someone told me theirs had really bad QC on the inart one. Did you experience that on yours?
Okay. Yeah, so that's kind of one of the reasons I wanted to bring this up is this is my first inart product, and I have to say I am not blown away by like first impressions. Like I opened up the box and like the legs just fell right out. They weren't really in the styrofoam properly. Nothing is in any kind of like cello. Like when you take statue pieces out of styrofoam, they're typically in cellophane and they're better protected. That's not the case for this at all. Also it's like the Hot Toys one is not ratcheted, but it's like a joint, and you can and it really holds its place. With this one, and by the way, like these legs just kind of like fall right off. They don't really clip or connect. So if I were to turn this, it would fall off. This is supposed to be on a ratchet, but like, of course, yeah. See that? Like it won't. It really. Which is
that
really
one
annoying.
metal? It's die cast, right?
No, it's all
not?
plastic.
Oh, it is all plastic. For some reason, I thought that
it's
one was
all plastic.
metal.
No, it's light. Some of the dry brushing is a little bit lazy, where you can see like brush strokes, which you really shouldn't see with a dry brush. So yeah, that's like upon like really close inspection, but still, this is supposed to be like if I had a better if I was able to really do a review of this properly, I could
like
show you what I'm talking about. But it it does look fantastic. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there's like a slight cheapness. In other words, where it's like, look at it, don't touch it, because you'll see the flaws and feel the flaws, kind of thing. But I love the warm light. I mean, that's really what sold me on it, more so than the size, because I think Hot Toys could make the argument that inart is oversized. I haven't put the figure next to it, and I haven't gone back to the film to really see, a 6-foot-tall person next to it to kind of make that final determination. But I don't think, if you want to get it just because it's a little bit bigger, it to me, it's not really a significant size difference that it's worth investing in. It was mostly like the paint apps. Some of the details are a little sharper because it is bigger, and the warm light. But if you're clever enough and you want to change the Hot Toys one to a warm light, you can do so. You may lose the brightness, which casts the Bat logo.
Yeah.
Which I think was what Hot Toys, why they made that compromise in color. Overall, though, I would say, like the figures, whichever one you have is probably, going to be good enough for you. I think that's how close they are, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a really tough decision. And dude, like, I was lucky enough to grab Jackson Yu. He did a run of, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. He did a run of 30 inart capes, inart / Hot Toys capes for the Batman, and I actually did end up grabbing one from him. And I also just got a shipment notification for that other random one on 1/6 kit. So I'm probably gonna make a video comparing them. I imagine the Jackson one will be a lot better because he's been doing it for a long time, obviously. But yeah, it's unfortunate to hear that about I've heard a lot of good things about the figure itself, but I wasn't gonna, say who, but Chunker was the one that told me that he had a lot of issues with his. I was actually considering switching to the inart one over my Hot Toys one, but I probably will hold off now. Honestly, it sounds stupid, but I wasn't gonna keep the light on anyway because I know some people had like flickering issues with the Hot Toys one too. I mean, overall, it's a shame that they both kind of missed in some places on that one.
Right. I took a chance on it, and I was like, "What the heck?" But go ahead, Lane.
Don't worry. 2026, there'll be a $1,000 Kojin Works one.
I'll be all over that one.
What's up, Clinton Martin? Great to have you here, bro. All right, guys, we're gonna get started, but yeah, thank you for sharing that, Mike, because I was asking you, and we didn't get a chance to talk before the stream started. So I'm glad to hear that at least for the most part you're happy with the figures themselves. Did you get the 2-pack or just the single?
I actually I got the single, so that's on the well, hopefully that's on the way sometime soon. But this guy, I bought this on eBay, so just some dude in China.
I thought about it. I was close to pulling the trigger, but I'm like, let me wait to hear what some people say before I go and upgrade. But before we get started on Deadpool, guys, again,
my audio okay? By the way, sorry.
Yeah,
is my audio okay?
Sounds fine to me.
Oh yeah.
I'll mute you.
So I just wanted to show you guys something really quick. This is on my front porch. So for those of you guys that have never bought a vehicle or any 6-scale vehicle, Hot Toys, Jazz Inc. alike, this is a normal size box sitting on top. That's a regular Hot Toy, and then this is what a 6-scale vehicle looks like. So imagine, the postman bringing that in. Like I wish that I had like just a tip generator like sitting on my door that just gave him money because I felt so bad because it's super hot out today. And yeah, so I just wanted to share that with you guys. For those of you who are curious, what it looks like to get a 6-scale vehicle, and this doesn't even put it in perspective, honestly, because you really have to get one in hand. Even like the smaller 6-scale vehicles come in pretty large boxes. Even like the Bat Pod was in a pretty long box, so pretty crazy. We're gonna get started though with an absolute banger, guys, and of course we got to talk about the Merc with a mouth. Talking about Deadpool, man, and seeing some up-close photos does this a tremendous amount of justice, even more so than, those little teaser shots we saw of it in the displays. This guy looks really good, and I might have mentioned this before, but I did sell my other 2 Deadpools in anticipation for this one because I'm trying to like not go in on as many multiples of characters anymore, and I just had this feeling that with how big this film is, I felt like Hot Toys was really going to do this figure justice. And I actually really love how this looks. I love the gold accents. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it, but I think this looks really, really good. The gold accents just add that little bit of like punch to the suit. Looking at the suit material, knock on wood, but based on the description of what they were saying and everything, this looks like cloth to me. This doesn't look like the same suit material as the previous two, which was like a pleather material.
Ugh.
A lot of people in humid areas had issues with that one peeling on them. This looks like a new suit material, guys. So, you know, Hot Toys hasn't been super consistent with you know, going to leather and going to alternate materials, but lately they've been doing better. And this is really great to see, because if I can finally get a Deadpool that can actually pose without worrying of it tearing, that's huge. Because Deadpool, we all know this, he is such an expressive character. He does so much dumb shit, and so many different poses you can throw him in. Laying on his side on a piano, or like looking in between his, like, you know, all the stupid stuff you could do with him. It's really exciting to see that this might have a different material that's actually posable, that won't break down over time. So huge W on that. Also, it looks like, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the original Deadpools had a fixed piece head where it was all one piece with the neck kind of a fixed built into the head. This looks like it's two separate pieces, which from the side might not look as good, but that's going to add a lot of posability to the head. And also, part of the reason they may have done that is because, you know, I think we're probably going to get a head sculpt with this one. I'll say it right now. And Kaiju pointed out something good that I want to mention once we get to the last photo. But that little hidden accessory is awfully well placed in a certain spot that makes me think it's probably going to be a head sculpt. And I was talking to Justin from How You Figure, and he mentioned that, like, it would be amazing to have a head sculpt with the toupee on it and everything. And I thought that was hilarious. I told him I may never pose it with that, but, you know, how cool would that be to have a head sculpt finally? And not only that, if you want to do like a plain clothes Deadpool as we've seen him in previously and utilize that head sculpt, you can finally do that, because a lot of the third-party ones haven't been very good in my opinion, because it's kind of a difficult likeness to get in general in my opinion, and then add in those burns and stuff to Ryan Reynolds, and the likeness kind of gets lost in a lot of those third-party head sculpts. So I think this looks fantastic. One thing I did not check on, which one of you guys may noted, they do die-cast katanas on this one as well. Did they continue with that? I'm not sure. I didn't catch that detail if they mentioned it. Maybe they haven't shared that anywhere. I don't know. But
Yeah, I don't know, but you would think, right?
I would hope so, because that's one
Yeah.
of the cool additions to this one. And it's one of the few die-cast accessories that I've owned where I'm like, okay, this is properly balanced to where it doesn't like weigh down the hands, or I think like the peg's going to come loose or anything. But man, this is a great looking figure, and of course, this is what everybody's after right here. And I love that you can do the little heart with the hands. That's just hilarious. And like I was saying earlier, like to be able to actually pose this thing with a proper suit that's not going to fall apart on you is actually like huge. I know you're eager to talk about this brick, so I'm going to jump to you because this is a really special one for you, I know. What are your thoughts after seeing the full reveal? I mean, I got this photo here of all the interchangeable eyes and everything. That suit material is looking pretty good, man. What are your thoughts? And from what we've seen thus far, of course, we have some mystery accessories. Are you happy with what's included?
Dude, I'm super happy. I was going to talk about the gold accents as well. I think that looks amazing. I love all the changeable eyes. I mean, I have never had a Deadpool. I came in, a couple years ago, so I never really got my hands on a Deadpool. I thought about buying one the last few months, but I was like, I'm going to hold out. I'm just going to get the new one that comes out, or, wait a while, whatever. But I'm glad I did, because I think this is like the Deadpool we're going to need. And I do believe that hidden picture is a head sculpt for sure. I would be really surprised if it's like anything else.
We might as well go to that, right? And like I said, shout out to Kaiju, because he actually made a good point. It's very particularly placed there.
Yeah.
Pull that back. It's right there in line with the other head. So either it's like a damaged mass head sculpt that's some sort of spoiler in the movie, or it's an actual head sculpt. Like I'm very curious to see what that is. And it's always fun when they do this, right? Because we're like, what could it be? And if you haven't seen the film yet, you kind of are left without the context clues. So
yep. Yeah, I'm really excited that they got Dogpool in here. I was like, before this was announced, I was like, they better put Dogpool in as well, because that would be a missed opportunity. And as much as they're like doing their tours and they have the dog that played Dogpool going along with them and everything, it's just really, really cool to see this dog just becoming a sensation. So, man, it just makes me more excited for this movie too. I cannot wait. And I can't wait to see what other figures they do next. Like, I feel like this is going to be a huge line. And dude, that's awesome. That's gonna look cool next to really any figure.
And like if you have like Goose, Captain Marvel's cat, or like any of the other like little 6-scale creatures or animals, they're just gonna look fun together.
Yep.
And if you still have the Deadpool 2 Deadpool that came with the little unicorn, like there's just so much stuff you could do.
Well, the Miles Morales comes with that cat, right?
Yeah, the spider cat would look really awesome, kind of having them together. And
the Grogu set with the frog and the Loth cat. There's a lot of
man.
little things you could do with it.
There's a lot of fun stuff, and I will say, like, Hot Toys hasn't always nailed sculpted fur animals. Einstein being one of them. If you guys have Jonesy, if you have Ellen Ripley, that's probably one of the worst like sculpted fur animals they've done. I think this one looks pretty good, and I'm not sure how I feel about the little nipples hanging down. I'm very curious to see how that plays into the film.
That's very on the top. That's great.
I'm very curious to see how that plays in the film. They're going to do something funny with that, I'm sure. But yeah, it's awesome. I love the tongue hanging out, the expression, the little goggles. It's a cute little accessory. And we all kind of guessed this, right? I think a lot of us were saying they're probably going to do dog pull. It's an easy little accessory for them to do. Guys, before we move on and continue with our thoughts, I did put up a poll. So if you haven't already, vote in this poll. Who's picking up this Deadpool? I feel like we're going to get a lot of yeses on this one. I'd be surprised if we didn't, because this is such a highly anticipated figure and film. And I know a lot of people picked up that Wolverine. I think that was one of our most like resounding yes polls that we've done for that Wolverine. So
we still don't know the numbers on the exclusive though, right?
Yeah. So yeah, in Kaiju and Brick, did you have anything else to add? If not, I'm going to kind of segue into Kaiju because I wanted to get his thoughts on this because he's
I mean, other than the way the pre-order is working here with Pop Collectibles and everything, I guess we can get into that later. But I was a little confused yesterday when that was going on, but we can talk about that later.
Yeah. So and Kaiju, you would have probably more knowledge of this than me. But from what I understand, as of right now, what's stated is there's going to be 800 going up in Hong Kong, and that's supposed to be like a now release, like releasing soon. I don't know if you received any additional like email correspondence through Toy Sapiens or anything like that, but we'll segue into you kind of share what knowledge you have, I guess, of this pre-order process, because obviously there's an exclusive, right? And I could pull up the photo too while we're talking about it, but for those of you guys that are curious, I don't know why Facebook's like slowing down on me and won't let me switch the photo. For those of you guys that are curious, there are exclusive accessories for this exclusive version we're talking about. It's the 2 die-cast gold Desert Eagles, and then you get that display base. I have to go out and go back in, I guess, because it froze on me because I was going too fast. But yeah, Kaiju, sorry to prolong it, but to jump to you, as far as you know, what are your thoughts on the pre-order process and how it's going to go down for these exclusive copies?
Well, I saw the number with the 800 in Hong Kong. So, I mean, I don't really know how that works in Hong Kong. You have to line up and get a ticket, and then you get your figure later on, if I'm correct. But here, I went to Toy Sapiens about a week ago, and I asked them about the event. I asked them, are these 3 figures that they showcased in the flyer, in the advertising, are those going to be in stock? Are they going to be in the store?
Right.
And they said, yeah, all 3 would be in the store. They'd all be available. I said, great. Is there a limit on purchases? Because of the Hot Toys, the Umbra, there was no limit. Right. There was a limit when you were buying them online, but not a limit in the store. So they said there's no limit. So when you go in, you can get as many as you can hold, I suppose. The only issue is that when Toy Sapiens does these events, they kind of stagger the entrances, so you have to sign up for like timed entrances. So I was quick on the ball when it went up, so I'm in the first group the first time, so I'll be in there early. So I'll grab a couple of these, I'll grab a couple of the Browns, I'll grab maybe just one of the Iron Man.
All the Americans listening are just dying inside when you're like, yeah, just grab a couple of those brown suits.
Well, see, I mean, we've talked on previous streams some of the benefits of living here, some of the not so benefits of
exactly.
Living
yeah, that's very true.
You got to kind of balance it all out. But in cases like this is great. I mean, like the Star Wars exclusives, like that 000, that still hasn't gone up here. I'm still waiting on that. That hasn't been available here yet. So
That's crazy.
this
You
one,
don't have that yet.
no,
And that
no,
thing's
no.
dropping in price, on the
'cause everybody's
aftermarket,
dumping
steadily
it. Everybody's
moving
been
on to other
dumping it.
things.
Usually how it is, right? It'll peak and then it'll come down and go back up again.
Yeah.
But I think with these gold accents on the figure, having those gold pistols is gonna look so good.
Yeah, the
You know what I mean?
contrast
Like,
is gonna look so nice.
I want
agree.
those, bro.
Great.
I want those so bad. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, so going into the store, you can buy, according to them, you can buy as many as you want.
Okay.
For the Toy Sapiens website, the figures won't be available until August 15th.
Okay, and that's
So
and
if
like
you
you
don't
said,
live
that
in
is an
Tokyo,
instant
you're not
release.
coming to Tokyo, but you're in Japan, you still won't have access to these figures until the 15th.
Interesting. I mean, I imagine that's still before us in the U.S. Because it's going to take us a while probably to get them either way, even if it is like an instant release. Because like, for example, like the Hono Wolverine, that's supposed to start shipping the first week of August for Hong Kong, but Sideshow, there's a range of, it could be August up till, I don't remember the last month on
January
the range was on there.
2025.
Right, so it could be it's a range right now. So I guess they they aren't really sure how quick they can fulfill those orders. So I imagine you guys will probably have it before us, and I don't know. I would imagine Sideshow is going to get some of the exclusives, but we don't know as of right now if they're going to, because it is like a different thing for Hot Toys to do an instant release in tandem with a film, because that's like the thing of dreams for us, right? Because we're used to just, oh, I love this film, I'm going to pre-order this figure, and then cool, a year later the hype may have died down for you, and then you can't enjoy the figure while you're like the most hyped for it. So this is new territory for Hot Toys, at least in that regard. So that's very exciting, in my opinion.
Yeah, it'll be great to, walk out with the figure and then just go and watch the movie.
Right, and then you come
Yeah, that'd
home
be awesome.
possibly loving the film, and you're like, hell yeah, and I could look at the figure based on
Walk
Deadpool
back and
for
get some
Deadpool
more.
3. Right? Yeah, well, if you're you, yeah. Let me see, since we've talked about this exclusive accessory, hopefully it's in this listing. If not, I'll find, oh, there it is right there. So I do like that point, though. They kind of get you with that, because you're like, well, damn, like the suit has these gold accents. How cool would that look if you have the gold deagles in his hand? So
Yeah.
it's tough, right, guys? Like you can't, and it's Deadpool, right? You want the best of the best because it's Deadpool, man, and this film is so exciting.
And you may not be excited for another 2 years or something for both movies.
Right, and if you could get this one now, whether it's through Sideshow or other means, like it would be really exciting.
And even if you don't use them for display, give them to John Wick or something cool, man.
Right,
Just a
they're
great
realistic
accessory to have.
firearms, so
Yeah.
anyone could really use them. And they're die cast, right? Or I'm sorry, they're not die cast, they're metallic, right? So it's a really nice, flashy accessory. And I think the base is cool too. I mean, I think as of late, I've kind of grown tired, as cool as they are, of the diorama bases. This is cooler to me because it's simple, yet it looks a bit different than your typical base that we get from Hot
It
Toys.
still has
so-
that it's based off the stupid diamond ones that I effing hate.
Yeah, but it's not quite a complete diamond, right? At least it has a bit of like uniqueness to it. Either way, it's still very basic, which I like, but it has a bit of flair to it, right? So I think that's cool. It's got that theming with like the Wolverine scratch through it. I can dig that. I think I'm kind of growing tired of the diorama stuff just because the space it takes up. And
I hate how they don't send you, like, most of the figures. You only get the diorama base. You don't have. They should come with both.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it sucks.
I agree. Like you're paying the extra money. Why not throw in both?
Yeah.
And by the way, what's up, Collector Joey? Sorry I missed you. I didn't see you coming originally, but thank you so much for being here, Joey. Guys, check out Collector Joey on YouTube,
So
Instagram.
I'll be picking this up next Friday, the 26th. I'll do a review that day. I'll do a review of the Wolverine. I'll probably do a review of the Iron Man, but I'll have a video up of the Toy Sapiens event.
Nice.
Now, if we think back to that Back to the Future event a few years ago at Toy Sapiens, they used it to showcase a lot of the unreleased things that eventually came out. The Mark III DeLorean. You had like Part 3 Doc. You had Part 3 Marty, and then you had a couple other figures. It would boggle the mind if they had this big event with this theme, which is Deadpool and Wolverine, and they didn't have the prototypes of I'm not going to do spoilers, but of the other figures or the other characters that are going to be in this movie. So
Yeah,
being able to see them there, I'm very excited for that. One in particular.
Yeah, so I actually had I had a little plot point here to bring up. So, guys, they mentioned the first 500 people in Hong Kong that were able to place an order for this will have first dibs at a mystery figure from this film that's going to be announced. I guess it is kind of a spoiler. It was more of like a leaked, like, hey, this is going to be in the film. Let's just say, I'll leave it at this. He's one of the bigger characters in Marvel, and we haven't seen a figure of him in a bit from Hot Toys. I'll leave it at that, and that should tell most of you what it is.
Ant-Man.
Right? Yeah, Ant-Man when he's blown up. But yes, guys, there will be another figure that's already in the works that we know of that will be coming for pre-ordering this.
Well, didn't we start seeing some images of a female?
Yeah, so yeah, Lady Pool, we already kind of knew she was happening because there was like a little teaser of her in the trailer. Another shot went out today where you could see her hair. Yeah. I don't know, dude.
If it's Blake Lively, it's day one for me.
I was gonna say, like,
I hope they make that.
It looked, Taylor Swift and Blake Lively were the two like head-to-head theories. It looked more like Blake Lively's hair to me because she has that really like bright, like bleach blonde hair. That would be really cool, just because they're a couple.
We've also seen a leaked image of potentially the Western cowboy.
Yeah. So what else is on the list?
Images from last year showed samurai.
That's right.
Which we were actually
there were set images that leaked last year of Ryan Reynolds in a samurai Deadpool outfit.
It's funny you mentioned that because I have that because we're going to talk about some potential stuff coming for the ACG event, and that's one of them is the samurai Deadpool.
So if they showcase these figures, I'll be in heaven.
Yeah, that'll be cool to check out for sure. If they do that and you have that video up, that'll be awesome to check that out because it's always fun when they don't actually. Because the Back to the Future event, that was a huge. They didn't really do much with that.
The new one was. The first one was great.
Right. The most recent one I'm referring to. Yeah.
What would be cool though is if it is Blake Lively, because Rob Liefeld created Lady Deadpool Lady Pool for or based off of her. So like her time.
So she better not say no to that role.
Right. Before she'd ever met Ryan Reynolds.
Right.
It's an amazing coincidence.
It's crazy how everything works. So if they lose out on that opportunity, it's got to be her.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. And by the way, what's up, Ash Chase? I didn't see you in here. I hope you're doing well, Ash. Thank you so much for coming in. Chunker says, I just hope the material is good. Would hate to see the material breaking down on people by the time the rest of the line releases like Deadpool 2 figures. Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm so hopeful, and I know you've been kind of analyzing it with me. I think this material is going to be much better than the other ones. I think this is a new age of Deadpool. I'm really, really hoping for that because it looks different in these photos. So we'll see, guys. We'll see. Wow. OG fan, steering the conversation, dude. Coming in, dropping an absolute bomb. Thank you so much, OG fan. We're going to start with one at a time. First, OG fan, so generous of you. 6 months, another 6 months, I should say, because you do this all the time to me. You're too kind, my friend. OG is a Hotline hottie for another 6 months. OG says, hello, Hot Toys Hotline, Legendary, Mike, Britt, Kaiju, and everyone in this awesome community. Special shout out to the Hotline hotties. Hashtag Hotline hotties summer. Let's go. Well, hey, OG, you are too kind, my friend. I really do not take that lightly. Thank you so much for 6 months. And then on top of that, that was more than enough. More than enough. We got 5 gifted Hot Toys Hotline memberships. 5 new Hotline hotties. Lane is on the case because Lane is good at this. Lane, do we know who got it? Because for some reason I could never see it. They're popping through right now. Oh, you cannot make this up, guys. Look at one of the winners. Look at one of the winners. We just said this earlier. You cannot make this up. You cannot make this up. This man, I need to have him buy me some lottery tickets or some my numbers for the lottery. So big shout out to OG fan. Thank you so much, OG. Our 5 new Hotline hotties, thanks to OG fan, are JB, Big Dog Pound 1, Darren 2501, Andreas, and Thorn Stars. Well, hey guys, First of all, thank you so much, everybody, for being here. And congratulations to all of you guys, courtesy of OG Fan, for becoming a hotline. I can't talk anymore. A hotline hottie. Thank you so much, OG, and big congratulations to you guys. And what's up, Big Dog Pound? Unfortunately, Chris isn't here today, so no bell today, but I'll give you a big woo, because I see that you're in the house, and I don't know if I missed your comment, but I'm guessing you're just getting here and maybe listening in the background. But thank you so much, OG. You are too kind. Everybody tonight, you guys are too kind. So 5 new hotline hotties courtesy of OG Fan. Wow, that caught me off guard. Thank you so much, OG. Ash Chase says, I got picked with chicks too. LOL, lots of chicks. But guys, yeah, talking about Deadpool. Whoa, you threw me off with that, OG. You're too kind, my friend. Lane, you've been awfully quiet, but I know you're really excited and waiting your turn to talk about Deadpool, because I know this is an exciting one for you as well. Lane, looking at this new Deadpool here, do you like the new suit? Do you like the gold accents? Are you going to be trying to fight for this exclusive version with the gold Desert Eagles as we've been talking about? What are your thoughts
how many
on
are you
this?
giving away?
So I do really like the look of the suit and everything. I was never really interested in any of the older ones we had seen, like the Justice suit or anything. I really, I admit I've always been a pretty a decent fan of the first 2 Deadpool movies. I liked them, but I didn't necessarily love them. Their sense of humor sometimes worked for me, sometimes didn't. Second one always was just, I didn't like how Cable was presented, because Cable's one of my favorite X-Men, and I was always just like, we just couldn't make him more comic accurate, couldn't we, other than angry Josh Brolin.
Hey, I like to angry Josh Brolin.
Yeah, well, I mean, but he was coming off being a big purple Thanos man, so he wasn't going to be able to top being that
the goated villain. Let's be real, the goated villain.
Or he had already paid an angry pizza face undead cowboy in Jonah Hex, which, if you want to see one of the most hilariously awful movies ever made, an hour 20 minutes of that will definitely make you
Josh Brolin has been in so many good movies, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Gurney, he's Gurney in Dune, does a great job in that. And No Country for Old Men, shout out, one of my favorite movies, film. Great movie.
Yeah, but this figure is, I think, really good. Obviously, still the centerpiece kind of for people is Jackman Wolverine. I do kind of say where I could say, I know a lot of people are excited to see what other variants, but if there are a lot of other variant Deadpools that we're going to get in this line, it's going to take away from this guy, the main one, I think, a little bit, though. I mean, because you are going to be left the only thing from certain collectors I can see is going, how many Deadpools do I actually need? Do I need any of these other ones, or should I just go for this other one instead of the main one, or whatever? I think that'll be just a lot determined by their cool scenes with any variants or what happens.
I'm almost hoping they don't do 5 variants, because then I'm going to be tempted. I'm like, cool, Lady Deadpool, I'm in for that.
Yeah.
Wolverine, I'm in for that.
And you got to get them all.
That was the old me, Kaiju. As of this week, I'm really telling myself I need to stop doing this. Now I've got another Wolverine on pre-order.
Here's a yellow Deadpool and a red Wolverine.
Yeah, right, I've got the yellow Deadpool. I've got the brown Deadpool. I've got the bone claws. Or, excuse me, I'm talking about Wolverine. I'm saying
those instant drops, bro.
Yellow suit Deadpool, so you can go alongside Wolverine. And
that would be awesome, though. To be honest, if they use the yellow and blue colors as an alternate suit, as a little joke, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, well, no, yellow suit. Then you could have Wolverine, him, and then yellow suit Daredevil all together as the Mighty Banana Trio.
You might wonder why the yellow suit.
Oh man! But this figure, I think, what I've been actually thinking is that because Wolverine, I'm 90% certain I'm going to get, but I don't know about Deadpool. It's just because I'm not really collecting too much more. I'm really focused on Star Wars, but I love the little dog.
I was going to say, Lane, you going to say no to that cute little dog?
I
got to get it for the dog, man.
I love the little dog. But if I ended up getting this guy, I could see, if they do Lady Deadpool, but if I were just get 3, I could see just getting this guy. I think I would get Wolverine and I would get Cable again. Because I think I would really like to have those 3 together. I think those 3 figures with Cable posed right. Obviously, the issues with that figure.
I did keep my Cable. I will say I got rid of my 2 Deadpools, but I cannot let go of that Cable. I love that figure.
I've been thinking about buying that Cable,
and he's so cheap now. Because a lot of people I had no issues with that figure. I really do love it. And,
but I'm thinking those three together because those would be three of my favorite Rob Liefeld X-Men characters. I think this is I really like this suit look, the Deadpool for this one. But I'm very much before I haven't pre-ordered Wolverine. I'm very much of the mindset I got to go see the movie and I got to really like the movie, especially for Marvel since I'm not really collecting Marvel very much anymore. If I really like the movie, then I'm going to get some figures for the line. If not, then hey, I've got the greatness of the Acolyte to help consume some of my Hot Toys dollars at some point in like 2025. Yeah,
dude, you're about to. Mike's patiently waiting down there. You're gonna get him going, dude. Don't mention that.
I know. I know. Well, hey, I know he's probably chomping at the bit for episode 8 tonight.
Oh, Mike's getting every single one.
The grand finale is gonna play out. But I just feel like I will say after seeing that show, I feel like they need to be doing last minute reshoots so that there's like Deadpool is like done up with the funny gimp mask or something like that for a minute where he's trying to talk sexy or something to Wolverine.
Dude, they can include anything. Look at the stuff they included with the Deadpool 2 figure. You have a whole like backdrop that you could put the hangers on, and then he's got the X-Force shirt or the jersey. He's got the high heels. Like random crap like that is what makes the Deadpool stuff fun.
But I think this is like I do wonder what the price point is going to be. Like that's the big thing for me and stuff. What it's going to if there's no head sculpt, I assume like 285, 290. But if there's a head sculpt, probably like similar price point. I'm going to guess to like Deluxe Wolverine. It's going to be like 325, 330-ish, probably pricing.
They're going to get their... just to add to that, Lane, so far, the resellers I've seen that have put these up, they're asking around $400, which is...
Of course they are.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah. But overall, I like what we're seeing, but obviously we need to... I want to see also, really, you were talking about the material. Because if this is going to be a pleather fest, I might go. That's going to be more likely to have me to pause.
There was somewhere, Lane, where they described the material. It might have been on this post. Let me see.
But they sometimes in their things have described material stuff, and then it's been kind of BS. It feels like.
Yeah, it might have been on Secret Base. I don't know where I saw that, and maybe Chunker. Maybe you can point it out because I know you're the one that originally shared that description with us. If you're still here.
I will say for a special edition, I think the guns are perfect. They're not as much as I got, like, let's say with the Dark Side event, the coins and stuff.
Yeah.
Where, that was kind of, I mean, this is accessories to actually use with the figure. But at the same time, if you can't get them or you don't necessarily care, or if you're, you have 6 months from now, you have to wait before you can actually pre-order the figure to get it. You're not missing out really on it though either. Pleatherfest, I
that's
consider
Lane's way of describing
I consider pleather the toys blunderland of materials of
there's no
or
Lane
there should be a pleather face.
The toys Apollo
face.
Of,
At least Sideshow didn't use pleather for those masks for Leatherface. That would have ruined me.
That would have been excellent. Pleather face.
But this is, I think they just like. I expected Hot Toys to go both in on this, especially after seeing the Wolverine, because like they don't really have a lot for Marvel 85 or whatever, this year.
Yeah, like what's going on with that, man? When is that going to happen?
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, the Marvel and the Batman.
Batman too. We've heard nothing from Batman.
Yeah. I feel like Deadpool should be right now, like with Deadpool here, and then maybe next week going into Summer Showcase. But I feel like Summer Showcase for some Marvel figures, not a ton of them, but at least for some maybe really interesting Marvel, if they're going to do an Avengers 1, some figures from that, or something like a new Hulk, original, non-lame-o, bringing his son to the barbecue Hulk.
That's what I want, because I sold mine.
Like Kirby and Ditka style figures.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
So Chunker says he sent me. Sorry to interrupt. Chunker said he sent me the what I was looking for. Okay, so Lane, this is going along with kind of your thought of they say this and be something else. I do have what they said at least, so we can look at that, and I'll just read it out instead of pulling it up on the screen.
Just go ahead.
So they said the designer also designed and cut a new battle suit based on the movie's look with an eye-catching red and black color mix. And cleverly used glue making, again, this translation might be a little off, and silk screening techniques to carefully process the composite fabric. They do say fabric. From the texture of the tight-fitting suit to the age treatment. The details of the belt, the holster of the boots, every detail has been carefully crafted. So the way they're wording it, it doesn't say leather-like, which is their famous last words, if you will. So, Lane, you're right. I'm not going to put all my eggs in the basket and say this is 100% not pleather, but it's pointing in that direction.
Yeah,
in that direction.
I feel like just like even if you look at the bend here, say just with the large image, I'm not getting the same feel like I do with the Holland suit. Like Brick Artemis would be able to maybe talk about a little bit with like just the bend at the elbow with the suit, like even the red and final suit. That figure I look at, and like literally every time I see that thing get bent, I always like look at like, is there crinkling starting or what's happening with the suit?
That material shows
something
the
something about that though. I've had his knee, like bent the way a little bit more than how I have it now. And when I straightened him out, I was like, this is terrible. 24 hours later, it was gone.
Oh, that's good.
I will say too, something I noticed. I have the third-party Miles Morales like video game head sculpt on one of my bodies that I have of the Miles Morales 2.0. And I had the head sculpt on there pushed all the way down, and it left this like indent in the neck. I took the head sculpt off. The next day, it was completely gone. So crazy. Of course, there is an extent to it, but the fact that people state that it does heal, it is true. To an extent, the suits do heal. Of course, there's an extreme aspect to it where if you have them pose in a crazy pose, like the material might just get stretched to a point after a while to where it won't snap back. Like I remember when the Advanced Suit 2.0 came out, someone put up their 1.0 for sale, and it literally looked like trash bags. Like the clothes looked like trash bags because it was posed so hard. Like it was just dangling.
But let's be honest. These are never designed to be posed in any type of dynamic pose.
Yeah.
And they're not. If you want that, you got to go 1/12 scale.
Yeah, Mapex or something. Like the final suit Mapex, $80. That thing is amazing to pose. That thing is amazing to pose. Or Bane, there are tons of with a lot of detail. Like you still paint a lot for the size. Yeah, I was about to say I wanted to call out Collecting Madness, Mr. Chris. Hey,
what's up, Chris? And yeah, Chris, you might have missed it at the beginning of the stream. I don't know if you got a chance to go back, but we all were saying congratulations to you on the beautiful baby boy.
Yes.
So thanks for stopping in, dude. I know you got your hands full right now, new dad, but
literally,
literally.
Yeah.
But thanks for stopping in, bro.
Well, hey, quick question about this, guys. Like these are, I mean, as opposed to Spider-Man, these are supposed to be like a pair of pants, a pair of trousers. I don't look at this as like a on-screen interpretation of spandex. In the comics, that's what he's wearing usually looks like. But for the film adaptation, they didn't do what they do with Spider-Man, which is like, hey, let's clean this up in, digitally afterwards, and let's make it look tighter. Let's not show any wrinkles or creasing. I've seen some people do some close-ups and like circle the crotch here and go, look at these creases. And I'm like, what, the realistic looking creases? Because that's what Deadpool's costume looks like in the film. So to me, those aren't like creases in the costume. Those are just natural folds in fabric replicating what his naturally folding fabric looks like in the film. Am I off? I mean, do you guys agree with me?
No, it's true. And sometimes, and
you just don't want damage to the material. That's the only thing,
right? And admittedly, I'm like that. I'm not putting this in extreme pose because I'm gonna be so upset if I rip a stitch or something, whatever. But certain things are different. Like Lane and I talked about the recent Catwoman, and I know that her boots are supposed to be kind of clumped up in the middle to an extent. Mine were straight up just folded over themselves. So I, of course, took them off and stuffed them with some plastic, let them rest for a little bit, and I got it to look a lot better. But, there's levels to this stuff. And like you said, some costumes are different than others. It's not one experience fits all. Like Spider-Man suits are obviously a lot different because we see that kind of smoothed out look, in many different forms of media of Spider-Man, whereas like with Deadpool, it's different. Like you could look at the behind the scenes photos, if anything, and look at Ryan Reynolds in the suit and look what he looks like. Looks like a dude wearing a cosplay or something, because that's kind of what it is.
It's like a little bit baggy in the crotch, a little bit baggy in the legs and stuff. But what's great about this as opposed to Spider-Man? A lot of Spider-Man's personality expression comes from his posing, whereas Deadpool, it comes from the eyes and the hands, just gestures and stuff like that. Like if you look at what's on that image there next to the guns there, like he's really not doing much. He's just got that one elbow bend, but there's
I
so
like
much
that.
life there, and yeah, so many of these poses don't require extreme bends in the legs or arms.
Yeah,
There you
I'm
go.
very, very hopeful that this material is new and improved. Really quick, guys, I got to cut it off for a second because Lane does have to head out. Lane, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your generosity, not only with the new Hot Toys Hotline member, but
Between
the
now
announcement.
and 2025, apparently, we'll be able to take advantage of it.
Right, but guys, for those of you who are just now getting here, Lane did announce that he will be giving away a brown suit Hono Wolverine, which is a very sought after figure now. So, for those of you that missed that, we have a awesome giveaway to look forward to on the channel, courtesy of Lane and his incredible kindness. So, Lane, thank you so much. Best of
Thanks,
luck
Lane.
with the stuff you got going on with your car and everything.
Very
It'll
cool,
get
Lane,
sorted
very
out.
cool.
I wanted
Yeah.
to make one just let everybody in chat know too, just something that had been posted in one of the Discords I went.
Absolutely.
If there's anybody, guys in chat, if you're looking for a Return of the Jedi original trilogy C-3PO, right now Big Bad Toy Store did have come them in stock. Just
Nice.
recently they had like Mace Windu. So I just wanted to let you guys know I just was checking that out. So if there is anybody who's looking at them, he's $349, you might want to go jump on that because I'm willing to
Yeah, appreciate that, Lane, because
Right.
it's tough to get stuff sometimes if you don't pre-order and it sells out. So we appreciate that, Lane, and Lane, best of luck with everything, and we'll talk soon for sure.
Yeah. Hey,
Good
have a good
seeing ya.
evening, guys. Enjoy the rest of the stream, guys. Please take care. And Peyton, good to see you, sir. Take care.
See you, Lane.
Take care.
Have a good
Legendary
night.
Lane out, and then there were 4 guys.
I gotta leave soon too. So
And then there were 3. And then there were 3. And then everybody's like, well, hey,
Me
we're
too.
heading out too. And then it's just me, but hey, it's cool. Steve said, Godspeed, Lane. But yeah, guys, this is really exciting. Did anybody else have any more thoughts before we move on to our next
well, the Hong
topic?
Kong 500
Yeah.
is already sold out.
Oh damn!
Really?
Yeah, someone just posted.
So it's 500, not 800? I thought it was 800.
No, 800 is the number that they have available, but the first 500 to pre-order
Oh,
Get
you're talking about
that-
for that special
get that
figure.
additional dibs on the figure.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that doesn't shock me. That's crazy though. Hey, see, guys, Deadpool hype is real,
Man,
and
It's real.
yeah, I don't know if necessarily that figure will be limited, but maybe they're pulling the same move with this one, where those first 500 will get it now. I don't know. It's cool nonetheless. Whether we're in Hong Kong or not, it's cool that they're doing different stuff. I've said it many times. I like the limited stuff. I think it's fun. It's different. Whether it makes you mad or not, it makes me mad sometimes too. But it's still fun, right? It's still
When are you
fun
gonna
go
move
for
to
the
Hong
movie.
Kong, Connor?
Never. But maybe I'll make it
Never.
out there one day.
I have a question about the hands real quick.
Sure.
So the hands that make the heart shape, are those connected?
That is a good question.
Because that would bother me putting them on the pegs of each wrist.
Same
You know what it
like-
reminds me of? Perfect example, the iconic Ryu. He has the Hadouken hands that are connected
Yeah.
like this, and it was very sketchy to put those on, to say the
That's
least.
a
That is a
good
great
question,
question. I
yeah.
don't know.
So that worries me a little bit about those pegs, but I mean,
Let's look at the photo where he's standing next. Let's see, where he's standing next to Wolverine. Let's see how far we can zoom.
'cause I don't know
in.
if they're actually connected. Yeah.
I think
Shit,
they are.
they
They're
kinda look
displayed in the
connected right there.
accessories to connected.
Yeah, it kind of looks like they're
Yeah.
connected right
Or maybe
there,
they
which-
just put them that way in the accessories, so you could see.
So you know what they were. They're
I
not
will say-
gripping hands.
if they are connected, but this suit material is more of a fabric, it probably won't be too bad. We'll
Sure.
see. If it's a fabric material, it'll probably be pretty posable.
Just buy 2.
There you go.
Dude, guys,
Solid
don't listen to that.
Buy me too. Buy me too.
What's
So I
up,
wanna show you some-
Cylon?
okay.
Great to see you. Great to see you. But yeah, that's a good thought. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about
Yeah.
that, dude.
So
Steve, quick question. Oh, this is just a statement, actually. Steve says, agreed, Hot Toys Hotline. Hope the material is new and state of the art. I don't know if we could use that statement with Hot Toys right now, state of the art. But sorry to cut you off, Mike. Go ahead.
no. It's just I'm in a show and tell kind of mood. So I wanted to show you guys some of what I have here. So this is a maximum effort patch, and we also have another maximum effort patch in my ouch pouch, autographed by Rob
Wow.
Liefeld, that I
Oh,
got
dude,
at Comic Con
that's so
last
cool.
year.
That is
Yeah.
awesome.
Pretty cool little Deadpool specific accessory that he was selling and then autographing for us there.
That's so cool.
I also got this to pair with both of these figures when they arrive.
Dude.
So this is a 9.8 autographed by Rob Liefeld. So be fun maybe to recreate this pose.
That's cool.
So I'm excited. I'm excited, man.
You're ready,
haven't been
man.
collecting that long, just like Brick Lively. I'm a newer collector to the scene, so I missed the original Deadpools. So I'm very excited to
What's
be around
New
here.
Mutants 98 going for these days?
That's a great question. I actually have one, but I don't know what it's going for in a 9.8. I haven't looked it up recently, but it's up there, dude. Especially now, I'm sure it's ticked back up since this movie's coming out. His first appearance. I have his first. God, I have the other appearance where I can't find it now, but I have his second appearance graded. But I'd love to have the New Mutants one. I have New Mutants, but
X-Force 3 or
not
something.
graded and not in a high quality, just raw. But
I imagine buying that stuff right now is like the worst time to buy it because people are so hyped for Deadpool and Wolverine. It's probably the worst time to buy.
Yeah, loose right now is 227 with 14 bids,
Damn.
4 days left.
So
that's
that
raw,
could be anywhere
dude.
close to
Imagine
227. That's crazy.
Imagine 9.8 in that graded.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of money. Big Dog Pound, what's up, my friend? I don't know if you missed it. I gave you your woo. I know Chris isn't here with his belt, but he's here in spirit. So Big Dog Pound, one more for you. Woo! Hope you're doing well, Big Dog Pound. So great to see you. And Big Dog Pound also says, hey, if they do Tay-Tay, if that's Lady Pool, that's a day one for me. Dude, Blake Lively wouldn't be a day one? Come on, Big Dog Pound. You would day one either one. That's what you got to say. Dragon Warrior says we need a Hot Toys Stranger. I will say, like, I do welcome that, you know, all opinions of the show aside. I think it would be a cool project. And shout out to Zach from Collecting Weekly. He recently did a custom kind of with 3D printed parts and some reused parts for some other figures, and it looks really dope. That dude never ceases to amaze me.
Oh, I saw that. That was really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. He put that together really fast, too, and I'm like, damn, you got some talent, man. The way his brain works, I don't understand it because he just works so fast, and it just turns out so good. Ash said if I meet him, I would get him to sign my Deadpool mask, then buy another one. See, now you got the Kaiju daddy mentality with the rule of two. That's what we're going to call it. Kaiju's rule of two.
If you meet him, right? If you meet Rob Liefeld, just know this. He's got 2 signatures, all right? I regret not getting this one in what is called the chisel, okay? So this one is just a standard signature. This is the chisel, which is the signature that you're used to seeing Rob Liefeld do. Otherwise, he'll just do his quick little one. He'll charge you a little more for the chisel because it takes a little longer. But I would recommend spending the extra money for that, you know, iconic Rob Liefeld autograph there. Just a heads up, because some people don't know that, and he signs it for you, and you walk away with this thinking you're gonna get that.
The chisel just sounds cool too.
Yeah,
it's like
give me the chiseled.
Yeah, I'll take.
I've seen him do multicolored chisel. Like he gets it's cool. He gets really creative with it, and it's usually an extra $40 or something like that. But I think it's worth it.
You know, and if it's a piece that's special to you, you know, might as well. It's like when I met David Howard Thornton, who plays Art the Clown in the Terrifier. I had seen a post that someone made where he drew a picture of Art the Clown underneath the signature, and when I met him, he was just signing normally for people, and I was like, "Would you draw that picture that you drew before for me?" He's like, "Oh, absolutely." He didn't charge me anything extra, and he drew it for me. And it looks so cool, dude.
They usually call that a remark, and they charge you more for that.
Right. It's like Dave Filoni. Sometimes people have met him in the street, and he's drawn like pictures of Ahsoka or like random stuff. Like that's so cool to me. Or like I think John Williams has drawn like a score before. No problem. Guys, we're gonna move on from Deadpool. Sure, absolutely. Before we move on, go ahead.
So pricing hasn't been announced for most places, but Japan, it's going to be selling for 48,000 yen, which is about $300.
Okay, so that's about what we expected. Okay, that's not terrible.
So Sideshow should probably be in the 270, 280 area.
You think Sideshow will be cheaper, like
before
shipping?
This includes tax.
Okay, so yeah, I guess 285, maybe 285,
maybe. So
yeah, that's not too bad.
Have an idea of what you're looking at for the pricing.
Yeah, I don't think that's too bad, especially if he's got like if the katanas are still die cast and stuff. I guess we have to wait and see on that because they are gold. I don't know, but we'll see. But that's good to know. That's actually not bad. That actually eases my mind a little bit. When I saw that $400 price tag, I was like, damn, that's crazy. I'm not paying that. There's no way. As much as I love Deadpool, I wouldn't pay that. Something I wanted to showcase really quick, guys, and I know some of you are quick to count them out because it is Sideshow. But Sideshow did announce that CAD Bane is shipping now, and this is the final product here of CAD Bane. And I got to be honest with you guys, I think this is the most promising yet of all of the 1/6 scale Star Wars figures in the recent Clone Wars line that they've done. I know Yoda wasn't too bad, but he looks really good. I got to be honest with you, I think he looks very good. I'm curious to see how the body feels because it is like a custom body for these animated proportions.
Are there any photos in the light?
Right. Actually, right here. And yeah, he looks good, man. He looks good.
Looks good.
Dude, CAD Bane
From a
is like the
distance?
ultimate badass too. Yeah, that is funny. I didn't notice that they're all very dark, but yeah, this looks like the best one yet. I'm very curious to see how the body feels because this is like a custom body. I've really not had any issues with their recent horror stuff or Clint Eastwood stuff. It's been good.
Stuff is amazing.
Phenomenal. And I know we have that stigma for Sideshow because they've messed up a lot in the past, but they've been doing a lot better. I've been really enjoying, and the $285 price tag, it could be a little high on some of the stuff. They could include a little bit more, and the display bases are pathetic because they're just so basic, but yeah, the figures are quality. This looks really good. I think he looks awesome. I think Toto looks good too. I didn't know that it came with this like little sidebar here to display Toto flying. That's really cool.
Really cool.
And it's so thin that it's easy to kind of
mask in your display. So this looks awesome, man. And I, like I said, I know
right
it's
there,
easy
the
to
bar
crap
is
on
there, but
Sideshow.
you don't see it.
Right, exactly. It's kind of like people were doing with that, like remember when they were doing the Grogu ornament, the Hallmark ornament, they were using that to display, and it was kind of a similar thing. They're putting like a little thin wire. And I think it masks it pretty well, and that's a great looking piece in my opinion. I will be getting this one, so guys, I'll be honest, I'll share my thoughts on it. Like I said, and Kaiju and I were talking about the Clint Eastwood stuff. It's been very good, so fingers crossed this is a bit of redemption for this line because this line has been pretty abysmal. The straw on the camel's back was the painted on flesh tone on Ahsoka's pants. That just made me so upset. But
yeah, their Clint Eastwood stuff, if you get it in hand, it automatically is in contention for top 10 of the year. Every one of their pieces are awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, I agree. They've been doing much better, and it's a shame. But I totally understand it. They've messed up a lot. But recently they've been doing very good. So. And Zach from Collecting Weekly is here. Zach, you weren't supposed to be here live when I was complimenting you, but Zach says, "Wow, that's high praise, Connor. Hopefully the samurai parts fit your figure." Yeah, dude. I've said this to you in messages, but I cannot thank you enough for everything you've helped me with. You're such a good dude, and the stuff you do impresses me so much. The way your mind works impresses me so much. And the way that you're so willing to like jump on these projects, not only for me, but I've seen you like in comments on Facebook, like, I got you, man. Like anytime there's a 3D printing post, you always get tagged because people know you're willing to like take on a challenge. So you made me very happy without even looking at the samurai parts. I know it's going to work out just because you haven't missed for me yet. So I appreciate you, dude. And I think everybody else appreciates you. So happy to give you praise. And guys, if you haven't already, check out Collecting Weekly. They're one of in my rotation of, sometimes I miss their live, but I always listen to it during my car ride. So I love listening to those guys over at Collecting Weekly. And they're killing it over there on their channel. I think they're like almost to 20K subs, if not beyond that. So just absolutely killing it. But yes, Zach, thank you for everything you do, my friend. Everybody else over at Collecting Weekly, those guys are great. Also, another one of the GOATs is here. My boy Justin. I was just talking to Justin earlier. Justin has graciously become a Hotline hottie for another 4 months. So Justin, I very much appreciate that. And he's screaming the Hot Toys Hotline membership mating call. I guess that's the Hotline hotties. Thank you so much, Justin. I very much appreciate it, bro. You guys are too kind tonight. Admittedly, before the stream started, I was feeling a little down today, and you guys made my day. So I appreciate you guys tremendously for all the love tonight. You guys are the best. And Justin, it's always great to see you as always. And Gio is meeting Art the Clown, and he's going to be in costume.
In costume.
So there
That's
was
scary.
that option when I went. My buddy's girlfriend, she's a massive Terrifier fan, one of my best buddies, and she actually got photos with him. Damien Leone, who's the director, everybody. They were all there. The girl who plays like the main girl in the second film.
Wonder Woman?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. They were all there. So she got a photo with him. I think he was in costume. I could be wrong, but I think if not, he was still there in costume for some people. So that's awesome. When I met him, it was weird seeing him without the makeup and everything on, but he was such a nice guy. So it's going to be a great time for you, I'm sure. I love those films.
I love those films too. Terrifier is
Dude,
the
they're so.
shit.
And the second one kind of sucked, but the kills were still amazing. so
Dude,
it was
for
still
some
fun.
reason, I like the
I
second
love
one
the second
more.
Me too, man. Me too. It expands the lore.
It was so weird and just out of left field. And I
Well,
was
that's
like,
why it's
Yeah.
good, right? I
right.
thought that the actual plot was kind of crap compared to the first one, but also the first one it had the benefit of introducing the killer, so you already have a kind of a crutch there because you have all that. You don't really have to try that hard because you're just showing what this killer is all about, right? The second one kind of had to build on that backstory a little bit, so still really fun. Still a really fun film. The kills were just over the top crazy, and I can't wait for the one with the Christmas theming with this third one.
Oh,
dude,
dude.
cannot
You know what's cool too about the first one? You didn't know. It was kind of like Alien if you had watched it in 1979. You did not know who was going to survive.
Right,
And I love that.
They kind of went against the grain in that first film because there wasn't a happy ending for the main like heroines, if you will. Not at all.
Not at all.
So yeah, they're fun, and it's good to see that it's catching on, and they're getting more funding for their films, and there's a lot of merchandising, so it's really cool. Justin says Sideshow is stepping up, and Justin's been really adopting the Sideshow stuff with me. As long as Beetlejuice, David, and Pennywise are great, I'll be happy, dude. I have full faith in those, and I think Gio and I were talking about this. I think it was Gio. We're hoping now that maybe we'll see Beetlejuice and David and all them come out a bit sooner because this CAD Bane was a bit early. I think they originally projected him for September, and Sideshow did state that he's shipping now, so that's pretty cool.
I love this CAD. I just wish he would be in stock. I want him to come in stock.
I know.
Because
it should be soon.
those of us that get a what do they call it? Like a teacher's
ID
discount or
discount
military
stuff,
ID me discount. It'd be nice to get this one in stock because let's be honest, bro. It's a bit overpriced. I mean, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I would agree.
280 something,
Yeah, I would totally agree with that. And OG says, I have the Clints in 1.6, and they're amazing to look at. Dude, they're very classy, right? They just have so much class. I actually have the final
really
scene
good.
Clint from Dirty Harry sitting on my shelf, and love that figure. I love all those figures. They're just fantastic, and they remind me of a special time. From when I was a young lad watching Turner Classic movies and stuff with my grandfather. So, and what's up, Fine Tip Creative Studio? Great to see you as always, guys. Maybe do we want to take a quick look at Mantis just to see the updates on the head sculpt? I don't want to spend too much time.
I gotta bounce.
So Kaiju has to hop out. So okay, so we'll do that first. We'll say goodbye to Kaiju and then we'll move on.
I appreciate coming on.
Thanks for making it, dude. Like I said, I know the scheduling is really rough. I appreciate you willing to hop on with us, but yeah, dude, have a great night. I'm sure this won't be your last appearance on here whenever we can work it out. But guys, check out Kaiju Daddy. Links in the description.
So my channel next week is a big week. I have the Metacom event, which is going to be showcasing all the new Mafex figures.
Oh, okay.
112. If you don't collect 112, you should. Great figures, dynamic. It's a huge event for 112 collectors. And then that's on Tuesday. And then Friday is the Deadpool Wolverine event. So I'll have video for that and everything. So please check it out.
That's gonna be cool.
Yeah, so guys, definitely check that out. And then like the Deadpool stuff coming up, you'll probably be doing a tour of the Toy Sapiens event right on your channel. Yep. So stay tuned, guys. But Kaiju, thank you so much, my friend, for being here, guys. Links
Very nice streaming with you. Very nice.
Take care.
Always great seeing you, man. Bye-bye.
Some great news for me. I don't know anyone else who pre-ordered this figure. Thank you, Indiana Bones, for bringing this up. Apparently, the Mondo RJ McCready from The Thing is shipping next month.
Dang.
Funny that you say that, Bones, because I've been collecting special pieces to improve the accuracy on my figure because, unfortunately, they omitted that famous light blue hoodie from the equation. I did pick up a light blue hoodie that I'm going to be adding to my figure. I also got a pair of goggles, those black goggles, which I got they're from Damn Toys, because Damn Toys does all those military figures. It's the exact model that they used in the film. They're just a different color, because obviously the ones in the film were painted a little bit differently. So I'm very excited for that. So thank you so much for bringing that to us, bringing that to our attention, I should say, because that's awesome. Because I've been really looking forward to that. I can't wait to put mine together. I'll probably make a little video of me piecing all the stuff together, because it's going to be a fun time. I cannot wait. I love that film. John Carpenter in general, love all the John Carpenter stuff. Can't wait for the They Live Nada to go up for pre-order, because Mondo did reply to my comment recently, and they said they are still doing that. So I'm really excited for that one. That's another really anticipated pre-order from me. So
do you have a lot of those Mondos?
I don't actually. This RJ McCready will be my first Mondo figure.
Okay.
I've passed on all of the X-Men stuff and everything like that, but
I think I'm gonna do
really
that
excited.
Spider-Man stuff that they've kind of teased.
Yeah, dude,
Mondo
the
is
Spider-Man
fantastic.
holding the Goblin head is fire. That's
Dude,
really cool.
If they ever
Yeah.
do Doc Ock, I am gonna lose
Yeah, like
it.
that classic comic Doc
Yeah,
Ock, that'd
man.
be super dope.
They're great.
Justin, I got you, bro. Whenever it comes time to put it all together, when I make sure all my pieces make sense, I also have a custom hat being made for him because he doesn't include the hat either. I should being made. I already have it. I'm sorry, I said being made. So I will definitely help you out with that when the time comes. Beskar Kid is here. What's up, bro? Beskar Kid says, stop again for a few to say yo to my dude Connor before tonight's Acolyte finale. I'm very interested to see how it goes. I will be watching it once I get off of here. Thank you so much for stopping by. Beskar is always great to see you, bro. Guys, check out Beskar Kid on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. He's everywhere. You'll find him everywhere. So thank you so much, bro, and I hope you enjoy the finale. Nice. Moose has got the McCready paid off. Everybody's getting McCready. I love to see that. So, guys, I think we'll briefly take a look at Mantis, just the updates on the head sculpt. Because I do want to get into our big topic of tonight. Yes, we have the big topic remaining still, which is our apparently leaked announcements for ACGHK. So really quickly, we're going to pull this up because I do want to give a really big shout out to Hot Toys with this one because this was very unexpected. Because sometimes we get updates on stuff, sometimes we cry and nothing happens. And admittedly, I didn't have any issues with the original head sculpt, but Hot Toys kind of came in and really popped off on this one. And I know, I think Graham was really excited for this figure. So I'm sure he lost it when he saw these updates. So, yeah, this looks incredible. The actress actually, JC Hong shared on his page, the actress commented on the updates for this. And I'm sure it's surreal and kind of weird at the same time to see yourself so like hyper realistically.
Yeah, that's got to be
recreated.
crazy.
I know, because this looks just like her, dude. And
You've seen that classic Scarlett Johansson interview, right?
yeah, and it's always funny seeing them sharing their photos and like Hayden Christensen, that old photo of him with the Anakin figure. It's cool, man. It's always cool to see. But she looks fantastic. I mentioned this in the Hot Toys Hotline Facebook chat, and how disrespectful is this, man?
Oh,
Drax, dude, makes me so sad. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, it makes me so sad because no Drax still, man. And I may cave and get the Drax because I have everybody else at this point. Once Mantis comes in,
We'll
I
have a limited
else.
release, day one release.
Dude,
Drax.
It's so sad, man. It's so sad. But yeah, guys, she looks fantastic. I'm curious to hear real briefly how you guys feel about the head sculpt updates. I think it's definitely again, a big improvement over a head sculpt that I didn't think was that bad at all. But I think the way they changed the hair, it looks a lot better. It's less like kind of scooped under her, which I think makes more sense. And the likeness is just improved. And I do like that kind of blank expression, like she's doing her like mind control trick. So I think it's really cool.
Yeah, she looks phenomenal. I mean, just amazing. And I was telling the Wolfpack over the weekend, I was like, I didn't know that you could take the Christmas stuff off. I thought this was just like a Christmas figure. Dude. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a huge selling point.
I guess I saw that and I just wasn't really paying too much attention in the past. I don't know, but now I really wish I got this figure. I'm sure there's some place that you can find her reasonable, but yeah, I mean this head sculpt, you know, right now it's the red and blue suit is #1 head sculpt for me of the year, and I think this could be up there. So, dude, man.
And what does that say about Hot Toys? It says that they're improving. We love to see that.
Absolutely.
I have my red and blue suit sitting behind me in the shipper still. I haven't opened it yet. And I also got my Daredevil. I haven't opened them, but...
Oh, nice. You got Daredevil. Okay.
Yeah, so...
I thought about that.
When I got it in hand, I was like, I haven't opened it yet. And I'm like, should I keep this? Do I need Daredevil? And I'm like, I kind of want Daredevil. So I'll probably keep it. Because like I said, I'm going through my collecting woes right now where I'm trying to make space for my 1 million pre-orders that I have. But I agree, Big Dog Pound. She looks fantastic, dude. The updates are really welcomed, in my opinion. And I pre-ordered it based on the original prototype. So to see these updates, I'm like over the moon. And like you said, Brick, some people might now be like, okay, now I kind of want this because it's even better than it was before. And we'll see. We'll see.
Yep.
Mike, any thoughts on the updates here on Mantis by Hot Toys before we move on to our big topic?
I think they look fantastic. I think she looks incredible. It's one of those figures that I look at and go, wish I kind of collected this line because this would be so awesome to have on the shelf. And it's one of those things like, the thing about Guardians is like, you can kind of sit anybody down in front of that first film and say, hey, just watch this. It's a good time. It's not really necessarily too connected to anything where you'll be lost. You know what I mean?
That's
and you
true.
just fall in love with these characters. So I think it's like having her or having this team and her as like an awesome addition to it is like really cool kind of like figure for normies to look at and be like, wow, these are really beautiful. I just think like that's just how she looks.
And you don't have to take it.
It's so awesome.
Yeah, and also the thing about Guardians that I love is it doesn't take itself too seriously.
Right.
But it's got the perfect balance of comedy to where, like, with the Thor, like Love and Thunder and stuff like that, where I feel like, you know, maybe they've gone a little over the top. Guardians rides that line perfectly to where there's still some great, like, memorable like, even in Guardians 3 especially, like, the sad moments with the animal abuse stuff and everything. Like, it's got a nice balance of comedy where it needs it. And then we even got to see, like, some seriousness from Drax in the third film, where you kind of see, like, the heart of Drax and who he really is behind all that goofiness, you know? So I love the Guardians.
For better or worse, like, Guardians is, or like James Gunn in general, is like to blame for the kind of like where the Marvel and then the Marvel wannabe films came from, like where the annoying sense of humor, where it's undercutting emotional beats with comedy. Although James Gunn did it like really selectively and beautifully.
Yeah.
Other films tried to copy that style and failed, I think. Not so much in Marvel until like Love and Thunder, but in general, like other studios tried to emulate that Marvel style, right? I think James Gunn deserves so much credit for doing it with a lot of taste and a lot of class, because you really feel for all these characters, including the more minor, so to speak, members of the team like Mantis. Yeah. So they're all fleshed out, and that's not an easy thing to do.
No one's left behind. Exactly. No one's left behind. Yeah. You feel like everyone got a good resolution, and it's good to see for sure. I totally agree, man.
So and I'm excited for James Gunn with DC, man, because he has not failed yet.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
We got Riley reviews in the house. Riley, I immediately thought of you when they updated this, because I knew you were going to be like, you son of a bitch. Riley says Mantis S tier, Toby D tier. What multiverse is it? Dude, I'm with you, man, on the fixed black suit Toby train, man. I've got this freaking thing right here. This thing. I've got this right here. Ugh. Thankfully, our other Riley made this beautiful Spider-Man 1 Toby to make me feel better about myself. Yeah, dude, I'm pulling for it, man. I'm right there with you. Now, if they're gonna put this much attention into Mantis, the GOAT needs the same attention, if not more. Riley, if they come out and do an update post and they've completely redone this black suit Toby, everybody better be like this, because you're on every single post. I don't care if it's a secret base post of them showing off the Pinocchio head, which they God, that made me so mad.
Oh, man. What was that?
Made me so mad.
I thought of you when I saw that.
I was so mad, dude. I don't know why I brought that up. See, Riley, look what you've done, man. Now you
ruined the night for me bringing that up now.
Now you made,
dude, my kid loves Pinocchio, bro, and I was like considering getting that but until I saw the reveal. I was like, what the hell is this?
So I mentioned,
is it going to be life size? Is it going to be one size?
Yeah, and Flavio and I are talking. He's like, dude, I could see it being a life size one. I'm like, dude,
made
Flavio,
out of wood.
I like what you're saying, man. Right, made out of real wood. I'm like, and then Hot Toys is like, surprise, you just get a freaking head. I'm like, dude, are you kidding me?
You get a paperweight, bro.
Would it have been so difficult to make it into a full body in that small size? Like, come on, bro. That made me so heated, man.
I know.
Nick Bachman with the delicious looking PNG of the pancakes. Hey, stopping in, checking out the stream. What's good, Brick? What's up, Nick? Hope you're doing well, bro. You might. I don't know if I've seen you in here before. Maybe Brick has brought you in. So if so, thank you for that, Brick. But Nick, I hope you're doing well, and thank you so much for stopping by and saying what's up to the GOAT below me.
Oh, I don't know about that,
dude. Come on,
must be Mike.
No, it's going to be Riley, dude. It's going to be Riley.
It's going to be Riley fixing that suit.
If that black suit Toby gets fixed, dude,
I'll buy it if it
you
gets
have
fixed.
to give. It can't be a conspiracy. It's got to be. This is all Riley. Riley and Nick, his buddy Nick too. You got to give them credit, because those guys have been. I told Nick not long ago, I'm like, dude, it's your fault. You and Riley too. It's their fault that I become like a Spider-Man snob, because like I'm like, dude, they're so right. This Toby figure is bad. Like, they messed up really bad on this. And then the black suit, I was so hyped for that at first. I had no issues with it, because it had my blinders on for my love for the character. But I'm right there with you, Riley. We'll
Just
get
real
it
quick
done,
about
dude.
Chunkers. Okay, you pulled up Chunkers
Pulling
thing.
it
I
up
wanted
now.
to
Yep,
talk
pulling it
about
up now.
Good. Yeah. So hey,
go
listen,
ahead. So
man,
you can go ahead and address it. I won't even
man,
bother
I
you
like the
announcing it.
Guardians figures, but they're 40% pleather. Most of the line is a ticking time bomb. Yondu was stellar, but as soon as mine showed signs, I had to let him go. Now listen, man, that is so sad because one of the things I love about this figure is how beautiful her costume looks, and it would be heartbreaking in a few years. Like I was saying before, I live in the Northeast. We go from really dry to really humid, and it's just tough. So you got to be constantly worried about maintenance and stuff. And I hate the impermanence of these figures. That's one thing I love about like Mondo and stuff like that. When it's just a big plastic chunker, it stays
It might
forever.
not look as good, but it's going to
It might not look as
last a
good,
lot
but it
longer,
stays
right?
forever. That's the trade-off. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true. That's a great point. What's up, Fat Batman, a good friend and a channel member? Thank you so much for being here, bro. I hope you're doing well on this fine Tuesday evening. And see, Brick, you are the GOAT because Nick said he is here. He's new to the stream. Thanks to you. Well, thank you so much.
Or
Nick.
my guy Nick.
There you go.
Brick.
Brick, Nick. It's too close. It's too
Brick
close.
Nick.
But
Nick got bricked, basically.
whoa. All right,
No,
well,
I
guys,
don't mean that in a bad. Wait, that sounds bad, Nick. I apologize. It did
Nick
not
got
mean
bricked.
that. Didn't
All
mean
right,
it in a
guys,
weird
so here's
way.
my very unofficial photo that I made
man.
here. And let me close this poll really quick. Deadpool, is this a cop? 70% said yes. Well, I'm glad that the numbers went up because at first I was like, man, not as many people are getting Deadpool as I thought. So 70% of people are getting the Deadpool most likely. So that's awesome to see. And Dragon, I will try to remember your question about, you were asking about the Acolyte line. Try to remind me at the end of the stream. I'll definitely try to answer that for you. So guys, I'm pulling up my little sliding message here. So oftentimes, guys, I do share with you, if someone shares some information with me, I always tell you, and I'll start by saying, take this with a grain of salt. This is not official. This is not Hot Toys posted something and I got this from Hot Toys. This is people that like to share information that they get from certain sources. And I share it with you guys if I think it's at all credible. So sometimes it pans out, as you guys have seen before, and sometimes it doesn't. So with that being said, I will start by saying I've seen some other lists. I got this information about 2 days ago from somebody. I wasn't going to share it publicly yet. And then everybody else started talking about it because I think in a Chinese WhatsApp group or something, it got shared and then it got passed around. I will not address what was included extra on that list because it was not shared with me. The person that I usually get some information from about this stuff, this is what they share with me. So this is all I'm going to go by. So I know there was some other stuff like a 212th Airborne on someone else's list and stuff. We're not going to talk about that because that wasn't shared with me. So I have no idea about that. But with that being said, I think we can all agree if this pans out, at least, let's say even like 50% of this pans out, this is going to be one hell of an event. The thing I want to point out, very top left corner, holy shit, right?
Bro.
People are, and I saw some people saying
Dude.
battle damage, and there's conflicting information on this, I will say. Some people were saying battle damage T800. I was told it was going to be a die-cast T800 endoskeleton. That's the information that was shared with me, so that's what I'm going off of. If that is true, I would much rather have that, honestly, than the battle damaged T800, because I know other people have that on their list. I know that, like, Inart is chomping at the bits to make it. There's third-party companies do it. I know Hot Toys probably has it on their list, so.
It's going to open up so much for
Dude,
bringing in more Terminator.
Dude, like, here's the thing.
Oh, yeah, bro.
The only Terminator 2 endoskeleton we have, apart from the quarter scale one, which is a beautiful, very expensive piece, is that really old, I think there's a battle damage version and a regular one of the T2 endoskeleton. They're very old, they're very expensive, and they're kind of cheap and plasticky looking because they're very outdated. But people
They didn't
still
do
spend the
one
money
for
'cause
one
it's
of
all
the
we
newer
have.
movies?
They
They didn't
did.
do
So
one
they,
for, yeah.
so they did a Genesis endoskeleton,
Genesis,
but the
yeah.
design did
Genesis.
change a decent amount in Genesis.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Right, the appealing aspect, and it kind of reminds me of like, the original
RoboCop.
Tony Stark Iron Man suits and like
Yeah.
RoboCop, where they're more blocky, they don't have that kind of like slimmed down look. And Genesis, they changed a little bit about it. Still a beautiful figure. I had that figure in hand. I actually sold it because I kind of decided for myself it was kind of like a cop out for not having the endoskeleton, the T2 one. So I did sell it. But this is extremely exciting to me. And I think for Terminator, this is the best news because, like, let's be real. If they're going to do an endoskeleton, they're going to do another Arnold Schwarzenegger T800. Like, that's got to be on their list. I hope this comes true because not long ago, probably like a year ago, someone was doing a run for a fully die-cast T2, and I reached out to them. It was $1,800.
Goodness.
So, of course, I respect their pricing because they're doing it all from scratch and it's full die-cast. It's probably, worth their time at that price at that point. But if this pans out, this could be really, really huge for a lot of us. So that's very, very exciting. So if that wasn't exciting enough, then another one, which I'm sure both of you guys would probably pick up that endoskeleton, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
100%.
pretty certain.
100%.
110.
120. I beat you.
122, sir.
Oh!
And not only that, like all of the present Toys Terminators that have released and are coming out, and then the T1000 is coming out from them. This will fit right in my collection. So that's super exciting to me. I hope that pans out. The other one, we talked about General Grievous not long ago. I told you guys some people were mentioning General Grievous. He's come up again, but also, of course, along with that, this one is supposed to be die-cast, or at least some components would be die-cast on this one. I think that's kind of a must for this one because we saw how the Sideshow full plastic one turned out. It really had balancing issues, didn't stand very well. I don't expect it to be full die-cast. I think that would be wishful thinking, but as long as it has some like counterweight die-cast to kind of make it stand better and kind of add some premium feel to it, I'm cool with that. But yeah, this is
cool.
really exciting too, right? I mean, who wouldn't get a General Grievous at this point? Even if you have the Sideshow one, we all bought that Sideshow one not because it was good. It's because we wanted a General Grievous in our collection, right? It's like we didn't get it because we're like, that looks incredible. We're like, damn, I want a General Grievous.
All right, well, I gotta get
right?
it.
It was the only figure I've ever bought where I'm like, I know it sucks, but you got me, and I got it. I opened it up and I go, nope, and I sent it right back.
Dude, when the original, I've been thinking about selling mine for a while because I had a feeling somebody was gonna, go back to the drawing board on this one, and I felt like it had to be Hot Toys, right? And then when the news came out a couple months ago at this point, that there was possibly going to be a die-cast General Grievous, I'm like, it's time for me to offload this because I already sold it for like $160. So imagine when this comes out, it's going to be like $100, dude. Like, so, not to tell you guys to go and sell your General Grievous because I'm not responsible if you sell it and then this doesn't happen. So again, this is all grain of salt. I'll say that for everybody who's just coming in. This is all grain of salt. So take this with a grain of salt. Nothing is for sure here. We're just having fun here, talking about some possibilities. Beskar says, gotta run, gearing up for Acolyte watch party. We'll catch the rewind while unboxing my 3 Praetorians later tonight. That's awesome, dude. Well, have a fun time watching Acolyte. Enjoy that unboxing. May the force be with you, my friend. Take care.
Enjoy, bro.
Let's see. The Fat Batman says, old man and samurai are dopos if they happen. Any Terminator would be welcome in the collection. Like, come on now, right, dude? Like, Terminator is, for me, I've said this many times, like we talk about like perfect films. Terminator 2 is as perfect as it gets of a film. Like, it's just perfectly paced.
Yeah.
Each character gets just enough attention. At the time, the visual effects and everything were just peak. It's just everything about it. And it still holds up to this day. It's still an enjoyable watch. It's just everything about it. And I've had the pleasure of meeting like Robert Patrick, and he's such a cool dude, and like
he's so great.
If you have
sorry to cut you off, man.
No, you're good, man.
I'm just
We're
too
having an
excited.
open discussion here.
No, like, okay, so for me, right, I got in this game and I was like, all right, just Star Wars and certain things about Star Wars. And then you see stuff like RoboCop and you go, should I do a movie icons shelf or
I know, man.
part of, right? So then you're like, all right, fine. You break for the RoboCop, right? And you're like, oh, okay, there's John Wick or whatever else you may have added to that. Now you have to get this because it's like this guy's bigger than any other movie icon you may have picked up in the last year or two. And I can say that only because I've been in the game for 2 years and nothing as big as a movie icon, in my opinion, has come out bigger than the T1000. So that's just how I look at it. So like now I'm forced to get it. You know what I'm saying? Because I have to have him on that shelf.
Dude, I know. So I like Yomo, exactly what Yomo said. He said, if this is all true, I'm cooked. And it's right. It's like,
Right.
I could say like one on this list that I don't necessarily need, but dude.
Yeah.
The next one is probably very exciting for you, Mike, and exciting for a lot of us. Now, all that was said to me was Old Man Logan, so I don't know if it's, the Fox Old Man Logan, or if it's like another Hono, like comic inspired Old Man. I don't know.
Sure.
Obviously, in a perfect world, it would be this Logan here. That would be absolutely incredible. I know there's been some pretty decent third-party options, but to get an official one would be awesome. So, fingers crossed if this is a thing that we get, in my personal opinion, that we get this version here, the Hugh Jackman version.
I would love this. I would love this. And I think, I mean, I'm trying to think back to the film. He's not only wearing the suit, but the suit is pretty iconic. I mean, hell, I cosplayed as him in the suit. Yeah. There's a big debate online who's taller and more handsome, me or Hugh Jackman.
I did see that.
You guys can weigh in on that below. But,
I'm a little biased. I think I would say you, dude. I have to side with you.
All right, cool, awesome. I'm happy to be here. But yeah, dude, this is. I would definitely be excited to pick this up.
Yeah, and I was actually like surprised that nothing ever came of this. Like we got the 1973 version, which is awesome, but very surprised I never saw this version. So I mean, I think it would sell very well. I think it's like Wolverine season right now, and everything Wolverine is being scooped up like no tomorrow. So dude, why not do this right among all the hype, right?
And wait until that Wolverine game comes out with all the different variants we'll get from that.
Oh
like,
my god,
we're gonna get so much Wolverine coming.
It's the new Spider-Man and Iron Man. People are making the jokes about the Wolverine, and they're starting to already. They're already starting to. So we got Dante from Manahot Collectibles in the house. He says, hello guys, is that Brick? Yes, it is. The GOAT. He won't accept that title, but he's the GOAT. So thank you so much for being here and jumping in with us, Dante.
What's up, Dante?
Dante saw Terminator. I know that's why he's here. Not for Brick. He's here for the Terminator.
He somehow heard
he's a big
it.
Terminator guy. He heard it. He was like, did somebody say Terminator? Yeah, Dante, I hope for your sake and ours that they actually do this endoskeleton. That'd be incredible, and I know you would scoop that up. The next one, Kaiju Daddy, like unknowingly kind of jumped forward a little bit in our discussion. Samurai Deadpool. I'm assuming that this is what they're talking about because we have many potential announcements for the Deadpool and Wolverine film. And this is actually a leaked photo of Ryan Reynolds from the set with like a samurai top knot and a looking very, you know, I don't even know how to describe that look on his face. Very determined. So I imagine if we're talking about Samurai Deadpool, unless it's like an artist's rendition, kind of like the Samurai Predator, which I think would be really cool too. Yeah. I imagine when we say Samurai Deadpool, we'll be talking about this one. I will say, I did mention one of them I could pass on this list. It'd be this one.
Did I hear a rumor too that this one might be Artisan?
That I did not hear anything about. Someone else may have shared. I'm not sure, but I could see it. It does have artisan-like quality hair. I don't know if I would jump on this one. I got to be honest with you. It's very cool. I'd have to see like the full presentation of it. I think there were some leaked toy designs too that had like a Deadpool mask with the kind of like that samurai-esque like pieces hanging from the side. So I have to see the whole package to see like how hyped I would be on it. As of right now, I'm like, I don't really need that.
I'd have to wait until the movie. I want to see. Yeah.
It's not like super exciting. It's still really cool though.
Yep.
Yeah. So this one though, I hope that this is related to Samurai Wolverine because that's always like a big look for Wolverine and like a huge seller even in toys and stuff. Like the Mezco Samurai I've wanted for a long time. It's very expensive now. So if Hot Toys did a Samurai Wolverine to complement this, that would be a day one for me. This one I could pass on though.
That would be really cool. But yeah, I could pass on it too. So we'll see. This next one, we don't have to spend too much time on it because we've already seen Hot Toys, or excuse me, a Hono, I should say. Hono.
Yeah, be careful.
Right. They did say that they were doing this comic Thor, that this was in their lineup. So if this pops up, who's going to be like, oh, whoa, they're doing a comic Thor? It would be really cool. This would be one I'm definitely interested in, but I don't think this is a huge surprise that this is on this list.
Right.
Another one that I personally don't think is a huge surprise is an Artisan Darkseid Anakin. If I miss out on this one, guys, you'll never see me again because I'll just quit the game. I've already contacted all my people for the most part, and I'm like, hey, like, put me number one on your list if this happens. I'm telling you right now, this is the rumor. If it's happening, I want it. So I will make sure I get this no matter what. I missed out on the Sideshow drop for the Artisan Anakin. I had to get it overseas.
Thankfully, I got it prior.
Dude, I would be too, man. It's that one would have made me really upset. I'm glad I had the foresight to say you're probably going to miss out on this one because it's going to be very competitive. Get it elsewhere. So I'm glad I did that. But what's up, Doc Back? Great to see you, bro.
What's up, Doc Back?
Yeah, I missed out with the Artisan as well. Bought it overseas, and then
Nice.
cancel it because I'm like, why am I spending this much money? And I wish I didn't cancel it.
Yeah,
I was all over
but
the
you have
place that
Dark
day.
Side, right?
I do have Dark
You still
Side.
have your Dark
I do have
Side.
Dark
Okay.
Side. Yep.
Yeah. Gio's grabbing Terminator, Darkseid, Anakin, and Grievous. Like, I feel like, yeah, those are the three that jump out that, like, most people would want at least one of those, right? So I think there's something for everybody here. Again, I think if these actually happen, this is going to be one of the best, like, summer showcase / ACG events in a while.
It's a little bit of everything almost, you know?
Right,
got
there's
your
a little bit of
Marvel,
everything for
Terminator,
everybody.
Star Wars.
Exactly. We got our
That's a good
80s.
point, yeah.
Because last year they threw us the bone with the RoboCop 3 RoboCop, and then maybe this year this is their throwing us the bone for Terminator here, which I'd be, like I said, I'm totally cool with the endoskeleton because that's one that I did not expect to get touched anytime soon.
Sure.
So I'm totally cool with that. We'll answer this question really quick before we move on to our final topics here. Dragon Warrior says, do Hot Toys make figures on unpopular shows? Absolutely. There's licensing requirements with Disney, with, WB. Of course, they're going to make stuff that, they're drafting up the figures long before the movie's release or the shows come out. If it flops, it flops, right? So like She-Hulk, for example, everybody mostly universally did not like the show. The figure came out. It looks fantastic. I've heard it's fantastic in hand. So it definitely happens for sure. So we'll see. Equan is here. He says, surprise, surprise. DC gets shafted again. Dude, like this is, once again, grain of salt, man. I'm hoping, I love my DC too, man.
What
So
is
you
it? The
never
Batman 80 years or something like that? When are we getting
Right, we
some of
have
that?
85 years of Batman
85?
supposedly. Whenever that's going to happen, like I'm still waiting on something from that. So hopefully, Equan, we see some stuff from that. 16 Star Wars Pimpazone. This should be, I believe it's early August when this event goes on. Early August. So we should see this stuff in the next month or so. So it's coming, guys. So get those pre-order deposit funds ready because there's going to be some cool stuff, I'm sure. So guys, this is again grain of salt. I'm going to close out this topic with grain of salt. Nothing here is for sure. If you're watching this on the replay, don't go run telling your buddies that this stuff's absolutely happening. It's just, hey, we're going to talk about it. It was brought up to me. I wanted to share it with you guys, and other people started sharing similar information around. So,
well, if only one of these happened, which one would you guys want?
That's tough, dude. Shit, that's a good question.
T1000 for me, and
probably. Dude, that's so hard. See, this is the crap you do, Brick. This is like your,
That's why they call me the GOAT, baby. No.
shit, dude.
You know what, Brick? I take it back.
No.
I said Terminator.
I'm
but
gonna
I'm
say
gonna-
General Grievous. I'm gonna say
No,
General
I'm not
Grievous.
taking back my love.
Okay,
But I'm going to
okay.
say Grievous too. I'm going to say Grievous as well.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Terminator.
As much as I want this endoskeleton, it's huge for me. Star Wars is my number one love. I got to stick to my heart. I sold my General Grievous because I had a feeling that this was going to happen. So I'm sticking to the General Grievous. Endoskeleton is a close second. Anakin's up there too. I already have Darkseid Anakin and I have the Artisan on order, but still, any Anakin, it's coming to me. I'll find a way to get it. So yeah, I'm going to go with General Grievous on that one for sure. Something I wanted to take a look at too and get your guys' quick thoughts on, because I was like pretty surprised. Well, I shouldn't say surprised, but dude, man, I'm just, I almost don't have words for it, and it's almost like too easy at this point because they've been, J&D, by the way, this is the J&D Harry Potter figure. It's like I almost don't have words for it because they've kind of missed the mark here and there so far with all of these announcements for their 1/6 scale Kojin Works line. I don't want to spend the whole night like tearing this up because we're not gonna be on stream that much longer, but this to me is like on the level of unacceptable for the price tag. I know it's like $1,800 for all three figures, but it's like,
jeez,
the likeness is, I would use the word terrible. It almost, someone actually put, I think it was Chris, Collecting Mantis, said this, and it really made a lot of sense. He's like, it almost looks like the illustration of him on the book. And that's actually like kind of what it looks
a
like.
little bit.
Yeah.
When you think of it that way, I'm like, dude, that's actually kind of true. And I don't think they intended that at all.
I think he kind of looks like the nerdy kid from Polar Express.
Hot chocolate.
He does.
Hot. He's like clipping the little, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, dude. And the hands, A lot of people are talking about this. The
Oh.
hands are very oversized. I don't know if
They
it's like
look
the
huge.
limitations of the silicone, but
Mm.
there's just a lot about it I don't like. So we could spend all night shitting on it. I wanted to hear your guys' thoughts on it. It's not for me, dude. I think it's quite off.
This isn't for me. I'll be going with the inart version, but this it's the hair, it's the mouth. I mean the hands, which you mentioned. I mean, if he didn't have the glasses, this would not look like Harry Potter at all. There would be nothing else that looked like Potter. And like I said, it looks like the kid from Polar Express to me. I just can't.
It looks animated like that. But what a missed opportunity. It would have been great for them to just differentiate themselves by saying, hey, these are the book cover.
Yeah.
Right. They could have lied to us and we would have believed them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, or they could have gone with that design in the first place and said, like, hey, we're doing something different.
Yeah.
These are from
that
the
would actually
book
been really
covers.
cool. They did something.
Yeah,
like these
who the
90s.
fuck is that guy? Yeah, that's true. That is what a lot of us said when we saw it.
Yeah. Ah, that's great.
Saturday Night Live Harry Potter. It's like a cosplayer. I will say, like, the Hermione is not. And I'm gonna start by saying I don't think any of these are as good as the in-art versions. And sure, I might have a little bias because I pre-ordered them, but also that's not even like coping right there. Like I truly believe that the in-art versions look better. I will say Hermione doesn't look terrible. She's definitely better than Harry, but still, I'm not quite on board versus the in-art versions, and they're like in the same price range, you know. So
have you ever seen marketing with a hand like holding? Like, is this supposed to be like the King Kong version of like what is
them
that?
like holding the figure in there? Yeah,
You can't stand yet.
and then
That's a good picture.
This photo, it's a good photo, and the likeness looks fine here, but like the filter on it is very strange to me. It's like a MySpace
they
profile
filtered this
picture.
to make it look more realistic.
Yeah,
I don't think
know,
that.
man. I don't
Yeah,
know,
this
man.
is her Instagram. She's actually 30 years old.
She's catfishing
And
us,
it's her-
man.
It's like, and Fat Batman kind of took the word out of all of our mouths, right? Like so far they've announced figures after everyone else for more money. To me, this is for the collector who tells you the price before he tells you why he loves it. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I feel like inart, they've shown their passion for this line, and you could see when they've talked about it in their videos and stuff. Like they really have a lot of passion, especially for the Sorcerer's Stone. And the robes, I think, look better. I think their head sculpts look better. I think the hair rooting looks better. Granted, the Hermione hair rooting doesn't look bad in my opinion. There's the Harry. I'm just not sold on the silicone skin. I just don't think it's something for me. It's not for me. It's not something I need to invest in. I will say I have one other example of J&D that I wanted to show because they did show an updated photo of their Joker, and I don't think it looks bad. I actually think it looks pretty good, but it very well should for the price tag. Maybe the hair
looks very good.
Maybe the hair looks better than the inarts. I could say that from looking at this photo, but I do want to see the sculpt front on. But I will say from the side, I don't think this sculpt looks bad. I actually think it looks a little bit better than what we originally saw. So they've shown that they're capable.
Hair. Yeah.
I think the benefit that they have with the silicone is the hand punched hair. You get more realism, even further beyond. As good as the rooted hair looks from inart, you get more realism beyond that with the hand punched hair because they're individually punching each hair. So I do think this looks good. And also, and I was literally just about to say this, and Chunker and I have talked about this in the past about the inart one. Inart, with some of their rooted Joker sculpts, they went like too ginger. Whatever artist was like doing the work on the hair, some of them went really ginger at the roots, which is normal, but then it like spread too far beyond the roots. And I think J&D's done a better job here. And something I really like too is the makeup stain on the hair strands right here. I think that looks really good. So it's good work. They've done good work here. And if the final product looks like this, we don't know what the clothing is going to look like. So that's a whole nother piece to it. I think this head sculpt looks pretty dang good. So they've shown they could do it. We know that J&D has done great stuff in the statue world, but you know, I'm still not sold, but I will say that this does look pretty good here. So fingers crossed. Harry Potter, unless they completely change that, that's a dud. I don't care what anybody says. That sculpt is not it. And for the price point, when you have inart that did 3, in my opinion, stellar head sculpts, I think they need to improve
especially that
Are they?
Ron.
Yeah.
That Ron
Are they
is-
only selling them as a 3-pack though? because the Harry would be a good option. I know a lot of people missed it, and they're jumping on now with Hermione and Ron. So
I
would it be
think
an
so.
opportunity
I
for
think
them
at
to
least for the
complete the
rooted
collection?
ones, I think it's only a 3-pack.
Okay. You know where I'm going, though. You know, it's
Right,
like,
right. Like that's an opportunity for them to be like, well, a lot of these people
Mixing.
didn't pre-order the Harry from
Yeah.
inart. They could fill in their collection at least. And then they mentioned something about doing a Quidditch version of Harry, which was like a bonus. You got a discount on it for buying the 3-pack. And I'm like, I kind of wanted that Quidditch version, but if that's the head sculpt, I'm not buying that.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, it's a
which
more
sucks 'cause I
interesting
love
look.
the Quidditch outfit. It's got so much
Yeah.
depth to it. And like if they include like
Absolutely.
the golden snitch or something, that'd be dope. But
That
it's
would be
like
sweet.
Right.
I can't
Yeah.
adopt that. Can't adopt
Right.
that if it looks like that.
Not for that price. No way.
Yeah. And then a couple few things, just announcements, guys, that was exciting to me and something I thought was funny. This is really dope. They mentioned this. They were doing this before. Caustic Plastic has officially announced that they're doing a Bloodsport line, and they did say previously it's not just going to be one figure. So this is really exciting. Someone actually mentioned in the Facebook group, they're like, "Why is that a ball sack hanging down?" I thought that was funny. I'm like, dude, it's definitely a belt. But someone mentioned that, and it just cracked me up. So now every time I look at this picture, I'm like, dude, why'd you have to say that?
I'd want to buy it even more. I mean, because
man.
you imagine you put up 2 1/6 chairs and have them doing the splits between them, and
That
just
would be-
have that just
That'd be
touching the floor.
that'd be hilarious. But
yeah.
I'm very curious to see what this body looks like. You can see an exposed joint there, so it is a posable body. I'm guessing they developed like a seamless body, which we haven't seen from Caustic yet. Hoping that turns out because that's really cool. It's a really cool IP, an unexplored IP, which is what Caustic is known for. Something that I've been waiting for from them for the longest time. I'm like, there's no way they're not going to do this. They're doing it. They're doing a freaking Universal
Yep.
Monsters
Yep.
line, dude. So this is cool as shit, man. Like,
That's cool.
I've been waiting for this for a while. I've been hoping that someone's going to take it on, and Caustic's doing it. So I figured they'd be the one to do it. I've seen some awesome photos of the Christopher Lee Dracula and the Peter Cushing Van Helsing, which I have that on the way from Sideshow. The LE200 one with like the extra parts and stuff. I was really happy to get a waitlist conversion on that. So really excited for it. I have their Nosferatu in my collection. There's some other stuff that I want from them, but I'm like, because I'm trying to be smarter with my space, I don't know if I'll get it. Like I almost pre-ordered the They Call Me Trinity figure because that's such a classic film, and they did like the pan of beans from that scene where he just goes into the saloon and just eats all the beans in one sitting. So I thought that was cool, but yeah, Caustic is doing incredible stuff. Their stuff has been, in terms of paint apps on the flesh tone, it's been hit or miss. So I'm very curious to see how this Christopher Lee Dracula and Peter Cushing looks. So we'll see. But I
you
did
sold
want
me
to
on
share.
Caustic. Like they're really good, right? In general.
Yeah, like last year, I think one of my figures of the year, I want to say figures because I bought so many. There's so many great figures. Was that Nosferatu? It was
Dude,
just
that is a really cool looking
so
figure. And it
good.
comes
I
with
mean,
a lot of
It's
cool
awesome.
and I have the web exclusive with the doorway diorama.
Yeah.
That's so freaking cool. The door actually opens. There's magnets built into the polystone of the base. Like, and you know, the magnets on like the Joker had issues, and I've heard they've gotten better. And like the Pennywise, I haven't built that base yet, but the magnets from Caustic have been really good for me. So it's something that I'm really invested in too, because I think that they're doing great work, and this is awesome. Because I have a really special place in my heart for classic, iconic stuff that kind of paved the way for a lot of modern films, like Nosferatu and you know all these Clint Eastwood figures. Like these pivotal films and characters have paved the way. You know, these Universal classic horror monsters paved the way for modern horror that we know today, and all the great franchises that we know. Like, so and like they did like a Bram Stoker Dracula and stuff. Like, so stuff like this is really cool to me. So
These are great. NECA knocked it out of the park with these, and it'd be nice to kind of upgrade scale.
yeah, NECA had that really dope set with the sarcophagus and everything.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
so
And they
it's
did
cool to
black
see this
and
stuff
white
in 6
versions. They did
Yeah,
black
and
and white
like,
versions, which was really cool too.
It's funny we mentioned Mondo. One that's still on my list is the Creature from the Black Lagoon. I want the colored version, but they did the
Yes.
silver screen variant, which is also really dope.
Yes.
The one silver screen figure I have on pre-order is the Jailhouse Rock Elvis from Iconic, and I'm really excited to check that one out because it looks so damn good. And yeah, and Chris and I are really excited for that because we're both big Elvis fans. So But yeah, guys, that is
See that?
yeah, it's dude, all that like Johnny Cash. How many of you guys knew that Johnny Cash released a new album a couple weeks ago?
What?
Yeah,
I
and
did
it's
not know
actually
that.
really good, dude.
Is it?
Yeah, so
Wow.
actually what it is Johnny, like a lot of artists, whoops, I'm bringing myself up. Johnny, like a lot of artists, and Michael Jackson as well, they record a bunch of songs and they're like, well, this isn't really up to my standards, so they
Sure.
just never release it. So it's a posthumous album from Johnny Cash of songs that, he wasn't happy with at the time and didn't release. And it's actually very good, and some of the songs have the feel of like some of his classics, and I'm a big
Wow.
Johnny Cash
That's cool.
fan. I've been
That's
ever since
awesome.
I was a kid, so
Posthumous releases are so. I mean, like Tupac is famous for it. Prince has like hundreds of songs,
Yeah.
sitting on
including
I know,
Mac
dude.
Miller,
fully shot,
like a lot of these.
produced videos as
Yeah.
well, just like in a vault.
And Prince is another
So-
one, dude. I'm a big Prince fan,
Me
and
too. Me too.
I got that from my mom. My mom saw him in concert many times when she was younger. But Prince, Michael Jackson, there are hundreds of songs. Juice WRLD, if you guys are a fan of Juice
Yep.
WRLD, he recorded
Mac
a shit
Miller's
ton
got a lot
songs.
of good
Mac
music.
Miller.
Like after.
Yeah, Mac Miller's, especially his first like posthumous album, was really good, and it was
Yeah.
like sad too because of some of the stuff he was talking about in the song. So, yeah, I know.
Oh, June
Owen's on board with
28th,
me.
2024. Okay, I'm adding it to my Apple Music. Thank you.
You got to check it out, dude. It's really good. I think one of the song "Like a Soldier," that one is very reminiscent of a lot of his earlier music, and it made me smile. It's like it's got his early Johnny feel to it. It's
I love
really
that.
good, dude.
That's
And
cool.
I didn't even know it was coming. Like I was just on my Spotify, and I'm so glad that Spotify does that. Where like you listen to this artist a lot. Did you know that they have a new album, or did you know there's a new album coming out? And I saw it, and I was like, dude, that's so cool, man. So. Yeah, everybody who likes Johnny Cash and you didn't know that was a thing, definitely check it out. Yeah, dude, that's exactly what I would want. Man in Black, the all
That would
black
be sweet.
outfit.
That's the one.
Got to.
Yeah.
That's like, that was Johnny's thing. He was the Man in Black. So I would love to see that. Like the Folsom Prison.
Folsom. I was just gonna say Folsom Prison is
That'd be
probably
cool.
my favorite era.
Dude. Somebody's got to do it. Iconic. Like, I don't know how well the Elvis figure sold for them, but I bought both of them, dude. I had to, man. Like, who's gonna do an Elvis figure ever again? Or like the Blitzweight Kurt Cobain? Who's gonna do a Kurt Cobain?
I
figure
wish I
ever
got
again?
that. Yeah.
I wouldn't say the same about Prince though. I have the Prince, the Purple Rain Prince, but they're also doing the Super Bowl outfit, which I probably won't get as much as I like Prince. I'm like I said, I'm trying to chill, but that outfit is beautiful with like the octopus guitar and the
That's cool.
teal. It's really cool. So yeah, it's
Man.
oh yeah, that's right. There was a Chris Cornell album in 2018. Yeah, and it happens a lot. What's up, Blue Tattoo? We're actually getting ready to end out here, but thank you so much for joining us, my friend. I like the updated profile picture. That's dope, man.
What
Really like
up?
that. My nose itches tonight. Guys, that's going to wrap it up, though. What an awesome, fun stream. A lot of great stuff tonight. There was some other stuff I wanted to talk about, but I'm already going over, and I promised Brick we'd be out by 2 hours, so I lied by 11 minutes. I've been watching.
It's all
I'm like,
good,
shit.
man. It's all good.
So we kind of blasted through. But, guys, thank you so much, everybody, especially everybody, for hanging out with us tonight, everybody who donated, became channel members. You guys are way too generous. I appreciate each and every one of you. Guys, if you haven't already, on the way out, please drop a like on the stream. Subscribe if you haven't already. Please check out Brick Artemis on YouTube if you haven't. Like I said, we have a really, really exciting, amongst all the other awesome stuff that Brick does on his channel, he's got some new videos up on some awesome experiences he had this past weekend with the boys from the Wolf Pack. Check those out and be ready for this awesome stream we got coming up, guys, because it's going to be a lot of fun. Some awesome giveaways courtesy of Collector Zone. So a lot of cool
July
stuff is gonna
29th.
happen. So
Monday after the movie.
and I will
Brick
say
is
this,
having a
guys,
crazy
make
month.
sure you see the movie. If you're interested in that stream, make sure you see the movie if you want to talk about the spoiler stuff towards the end, because we are going to talk spoilers for those who want to stay and
Yep.
and talk
Yeah,
spoilers.
after the giveaway, we'll do spoilers.
So Brick is nice enough. He's going to separate it out. So you can be there and be part of the giveaway and stuff, and then still be part of the conversation. But if you would like to be part of that conversation, make sure you get your tickets. And also, Mike has reminded me and kind of shamed me because how dare me not get my tickets yet. I'm probably going to go and pre-order my tickets for Romulus because I haven't done that yet. I do have my tickets for Deadpool. I've had those for like a month now.
Hey, but speaking of Deadpool, though, see if they still have some fan event tickets left in your area. I've got a ticket to the fan event, and that should be pretty cool. And in some markets, it's still available. I was checking, so
I'll have to check that out. My number one concern is I really want that friggin' popcorn bucket, dude.
Well, that's why the fan event is. Yeah, exactly.
I have to have. I've been scammed.
I missed out on the Dune one.
Well, yeah, my movie theater had them, but they scammed me, and they're like, we don't have any more. And I'm like, how dare you? And then they just had the stupid little metal one, which I don't want that. Like,
I got that one.
Yeah, you got the consolation prize is what you got.
Yeah, I got the consolation prize, but I use it almost every Friday night. I watch a movie with my kids. So.
Oh, that's great. And then speaking of Romulus as well, they did like a little teaser for that popcorn bucket, and it's a face hugger hanging off the side of it.
Dude, I need that one too.
Pretty sick. Yeah,
one of them was Regal, which I don't.
That was cool. Like it's a Wonka hat. I never saw that one.
Oh yeah, no, they had that one actually, but so when I went to get the was Wonka at before Dune or after Dune? I think it was before, right?
It was right before.
Yeah, so when I that's right, because when I went to see Dune, they're like, we don't have that, but we have the Wonka hat. I'm like, I don't want the Wonka hat.
You don't want the Wonka hat at that time.
I wanted that Wonka hat 3 weeks ago. That's another consolation prize. I wanted that You know what they did have that was dope, and I'm like, I'm not spending that money. It was $50. It was literally R2-D2, and you open up his bag filled with popcorn. That was dope, but I'm like,
one of the favorites that I have is the Batman cowl. That
one's sick. I have, and I regret buying it because I've never used it. If someone wants it, you can have it for like next to nothing. I have the Flash popcorn bucket still in the plastic, that light up one.
That's cool.
Brick, is that something you want? I'll do
cool,
it,
man.
Brick. If you want it for you and your kids, I'll send it to you for free.
That one is actually really cool.
I'm not using it, dude. And I bought it. I was so hyped for the movie, and I enjoyed the movie. It was like a 7 out of 10. But it's a cool little popcorn bucket. It lights up and stuff. But I'm like, it's just sitting collecting dust in its plastic. I never used it. Like, I'm like, why did I buy this? Because it's not even that. It's cool, but it's not that cool. It's not a freaking Batman cow. So
yeah, I've got the not the Tesseract, but the Doctor Strange.
I have that one too.
That one's kind of sitting around too. I haven't used.
And mine like exploded in shipping. So like the.
Would you guys want the Deadpool or the Wolverine one?
I want the Deadpool.
Both.
Actually, no, I want the Wolverine one because that makes it funnier because it's like Deadpool's feeding him the popcorn in his mouth, so I want that one. The popcorn. I think I want that one. But dude, everybody's talking about music figures. It's funny. A lot of people want the music stuff. Well, I think McFarlane, they're the ones that did like the classic musicians line. They were like the first one to really go in on that, and ever since then, like no one's really touched that stuff. So. It is cool to see that 6-scale companies are interested in it, especially Blitzway, because it's like Blitzway, if you guys know Blitzway, they only do stuff once in a blue moon in 6-scale, and when they do, it's usually something very special and very well thought out, and that figure's amazing. And trust me, I've contemplated many times, like, should I sell this? Because this thing's selling for like $800, but I can't, dude.
Dude, a Steven Tyler figure would be really cool.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
That would be dope.
It would be cool. I want a Lane Staley. That would be my number one.
Yeah,
I've said this before. I would want Slash too. Like
Slash would be cool. I guess I was thinking about like guys that aren't with us anymore, but Slash would be great too. Yeah.
Dude, you just want dead music? No. Michael Jackson actually. I think Inart's probably gonna put up that pre-order after San Diego Comic-Con because they're gonna be at SDCC.
I'm forgetting about that one.
Think about MJ. It's like. There's so many eras, right? There's so many versions of him.
They're not going to do any of the ones Hot Toys did. They've already said it. They said that we've already seen they did the Dangerous Tour one. That's the one that's coming up. But then they said they're doing probably the Pepsi commercial. So we'll take
his hair lights on fire. That'd be cool.
Yeah, we'll take it. But, right, like literally his hair on fire. But we'll see. But
do you remember that?
That's like the classic. Like you can't think of the Pepsi commercial without thinking of that. And I remember Michael Jackson, like when the interview he did, the first interview he did, where he told the story about it. It's just embedded in my brain at this point. But guys, that is going to wrap it up. Thank you so much, everybody. Not only the commenters, everybody that donated. You guys are extremely generous. Such a fun time. Once again, if you haven't already, check out everybody's channel. Check out Thrawn's office on Instagram. That is Mike. For those of you who don't know, Mike and Thrawn's office are the same person. But, of course, on stream, you never know what you're going to get. But tonight we got Mike Logan. So, very fitting. And Dragon Warrior. I did promise you I would answer your question on the way out. Do I think they're going to do Acolyte figures? I do. I do think they're going to do Acolyte figures, whether that disappoints people or not because they don't want to see them. I think at the very least they'll do the Stranger. I think at the very least we'll at least get that and maybe the twins.
Hasn't there been a leak of the painted eyes for Soul? Did you see that?
Oh,
I
really?
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, it was like it's just the eyes, and the tag says like Acolyte, coming soon or
I
whatever.
haven't seen that. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, so
I would get Soul because I really
cool.
do
I
like
like
Soul as
Soul.
a character. I think if Soul was in another piece
man.
where he can kind of stand more on
Yes.
his own, I would really love that because I think he's the
Plus
actor. Number one,
I
it's
was
so
gonna say,
impressive
yeah.
that he literally learned English for that
Right.
role, and he does such a good
Yes.
job. And it's difficult to not only learn a new language and then convey emotion in another language that you're not used to. Very
Oh yeah,
impressive.
dude.
I love him in
Absolutely.
Squid Games too.
Yeah, in
Mhm.
Squid Games, he carried the show. Let's be real.
Let's
He
get
did
some
such a good
Squid
job.
Games figures.
Yeah, like all we got were the little minions, and I don't really care about them. Those
Right.
do nothing for me. I would rather have him, but I've seen some really dope customs of
Yeah.
him and the old man. But I don't know. But yeah, I think so, Dragon. Sorry to prolong your question for so long. I think so. I don't know why they didn't do Andor figures. That's still a mystery to this day. It upsets me every
Yeah.
time I think about it because I have a nearly complete Rogue One shelf.
Season 2.
Yeah, I guess so at this point. But then, we
Success-
never got a Cal Kestis figure either, and I was sure that with the second video game, and they're like, "Here you go, here's a Scout Trooper with a shock baton."
Right.
I'm like, "Sweet, man, thanks." Yeah, TK coming in at the last
One
minute.
thing I've learned is it's.
Did you freeze? Are you there, Mike?
Oh no.
Oh, he's freezing.
I
He's
think I
freezing.
lost it. No, I was gonna say like one thing I've learned about. There. Hello. Can you
We're
hear
losing
me?
you. We're losing you.
ya. We're losing ya.
Well, I guess. And then we're
Sorry, guys. Am I back?
Oh,
you're
you're
good,
back.
you're good.
Hurry up, say it before we end the stream. Get it out before you freeze again.
No, I was just gonna say real quick that like Hot Toys is nothing if unpredictable, and it doesn't always matter if a show or movie is successful or not. Sometimes it helps, but they'll make figures from successful
true.
things, and they won't make. I mean, they won't make figures from really successful things sometimes. So you never know.
Yeah, like
And I like that about
She-Hulk
Hot
gets
Toys.
made, but no Andor.
Yeah.
Keep you on your toes. Yeah.
That is true. Well, guys, once again, and I want to remind you, the stuff we talked about, those leaks, that is a grain of salt. So don't go run and tell your buddies that Hot Toys Hotline told you that you're getting this stuff. But I did tell you that that's what was shared with me, and if anything, it'll get you a little excited to play the guessing game and see what happens. So
Part of the
that's going to
fun.
wrap it up, guys. Once again, thank you so much, everybody on the panel, everybody in the chat for hanging out with us tonight. I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and if I don't speak to you, have a wonderful weekend. Please head on over to the Hot Toys Hotline Facebook group. It's just exploding, more and more members every single day. So if you haven't already, head on over, join the group, have some fun with us in the chat, and see all the info as soon as it goes up, because that's all we do is share new stuff every time it pops up. So thank you, Boba Fett and everybody else. Once again, check out the links in the description. Guys, that's going to wrap it up for us. Take care. We'll see you next time, and we are out of here.
Bye bye, everybody.